Find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
At Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamond,
we offer incredible diamonds, both mined and cultivated, all at amazingly low prices.
Check out these cultivated lab-grown diamond earrings.
2 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $25.90.
And she'd love this amazing tennis bracelet in natural mined.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at HarmanSolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to HarmanSolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's HarmanSolar.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harman Solar is here. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. We even had 6 whole minutes to do this. and we still couldn't figure out how to get in here and get everything set
Well,
up.
I mean,
turned on.
in our behalf, on our behalf. What do you want to say? It's been a while since we've been live in the studio.
You were sitting over there until a minute before air. Where the hell were you, Randy?
I was sitting over there until about a minute before
yeah,
air.
that's good. Okay. All right. Well,
know that. I mean, you just told me.
things will start to turn on and come online if you're watching us on your YouTube TV or if you're just listening on your radio. You don't expect much. Don't expect much from us at this point because we just had our holiday party and all that stuff, and I don't know what you're going to get today. I'll be honest, but you're going to get the normal stuff. We're going to do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. That'll happen in the next hour, and then Scott, the fantasy football king Engel, will be along. He's going to answer your questions for you lucky people who are still in playoffs.
How many of us are in the playoffs right now? Out of this group here, the 4 of us? Leon, you're not in the playoffs, right?
Well, you eliminated me.
Yeah,
that's
right.
You know the answer.
I
to that
did
question.
eliminate you, so you're done.
So
So I wasn't listening to your gibberish. I thought I heard like a.
No, Jeffrey didn't make the playoffs because he just was that bad.
Can't hear you.
Everybody
and you didn't make it either, right?
Why is his mic so loud?
Okay,
His mic Ralph's mic should never be that loud.
It should be because I'm the only one left. I am in the final 4. None of you made it.
What's that buzz? Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
Let's just turn off my Ralph's mic. It'll probably take care of it.
That'll fix it.
All right. Well, whatever. So yeah, normal stuff for week 16 of the NFL. We'll have that later, but in this hour, generally this is the hour we just kind of screw around anyway. So here's what we do know. Tonight, GCU is hosting completely defeated Chicago State, home of the Green Mountain Lions. I don't know what that is. Is it a sick lion? I don't know why, but it's green. It's green. But this team is completely and absolutely
they're the Cougars.
Defeated.
I could do a mean cougar
dance.
The seasick Cougars.
I don't know the Cougars like the actual animal to be green, but this logo is green.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case, let me just lay it on you how bad Chicago State is. GCU, here's the number. They are favored 30 and a half. 30 and a half points. 30 and a half. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those that big.
Wonder if I should.
They've existed.
You said that to me.
Wow.
Earlier this year, when
that
everybody was playing their cupcake teams.
Yeah, Ralph was at the urinal next to me, and he's like, "I don't think I've ever seen one that big." Keep your eyes on your own work, kid. Take your vitamins, maybe someday. So the betting line is nobody's betting on this game.
I might lay some money down.
Why would you do that and to win nothing?
GCU to cover.
To cover the 30 and a half.
All right, maybe that.
Well,
maybe
if there's a garbage time bucket and they end up winning by 28 instead of 30, you lose. I'm not touching that at all.
Yeah, at least not for more than $1.
Well, that's all I bet.
That's what Ralph has heard a lot too. I won't touch that for less than $1.
Less than $1.
Yeah, less than $1. Anyway,
I thought it was more than $1.
So that is happening. The broadcast starts at 6:45 p.m. But because of that, the Thursday night football game will be over on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. So that's where you'll have to go to hear that.
I think that we should start the football game here, though.
What's the point?
We would get off at 5:30.
Yeah, it didn't work out that way. Yeah, we got to do a full show.
Oh, we're here till 6?
Yeah. I mean, you can go anytime you want.
Traffic just sucks.
I mean, seriously, I might leave. Whatever works.
I mean, it's worse at 5:30 than it is 6, to be honest.
Here's what I've learned.
That's true.
If I leave at 6, I get home at 7:15. If I leave at 6:30, I get home at 7:15. So there's just no
there's
point.
just an hour that it doesn't change. The traffic's going to do what it does.
I thought you flew home.
No, not on a small plane. I've made that clear. Not doing small planes.
And not just planes. I think Jeffrey and any small aircraft. Not happening.
No, I'm not doing helicopter. I mean, I might when they get the people drones, because there's like all those different propellers, and it's just that seems safer than an airplane or a helicopter.
You won't even fly on a small private jet, and you're willing to fly on one of those people drones?
Maybe.
Why wouldn't you fly on a jet?
Maybe, and if I'm the one flying it, I need the control.
What are you afraid of?
You're dying.
Crash.
What do you- what do you- what do you-
Die on the
what do
freeway
you
more
mean?
likely. You'll more likely die on a freeway than you will on a plane.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
I will
Yeah.
more likely die in a freeway because I am not getting on that plane. But when you look at if you're on a commercial flight, first class, you're fine.
Because you go into the ground first.
No, because the commercial planes don't hardly ever crash. It's just a very small percentile. But you get Payne Stewarded, you get Buddy Holly, you get Harrison Ford can't keep a plane in the air. I don't know how he keeps surviving.
To be fair, Payne Stewart did not die because of a private plane crash.
Well, no, it did crash.
Eventually, it
Yeah,
did.
because they had to make sure it crashed because everybody on board was already dead. That doesn't happen on the big flights, So anyway, whatever the case, I ain't going to get on those little planes. Not interested. I was offered that. Hey, you want to try to fly back and forth between Palm Springs and here? No, that's even worse because when you take off going at a mountain and they have to go and then turn. I'm like, hell no. Hell no.
What's wrong with that? That sounds like fun to me.
Not unless I'm the one flying. I'll give it a shot if I get to fly. But for whatever reason, they rarely let me do it. So anyway, I don't know how we got on this, but yeah, John Denver. You're right, Moist One. Moist One's just listing off dead guys that died in planes. JFK Jr.
Well, they were both piloting their own craft.
That doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
As having a guy who's a pilot versus you.
Rocky Mountain not high enough, John Denver.
Oh no.
Not high enough.
No.
Just saying.
That's so mean.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to throw this question out here, right? Are you guys ready?
All right.
What is the most valuable NBA franchise in the NBA right now? What is
The
it?
New York Knicks.
Wow, that's wrong.
The Celtics.
Ralph?
I would say either the Celtics or the Lakers.
You're absolutely wrong in both counts. And I know you're just trying to work the Lakers in there without sounding douchey, but you know,
I
you're
mean, it's
thinking,
just a fact.
yeah, what do you say, Eric?
Yeah, I ended up guessing the Celtics.
Wrong.
The
The
San
Heat
Antonio
as-
Spurs.
Sure. As of today, to ignore you, Golden State Warriors,
What?
I guess that makes sense.
$9.14 billion.
Did they sell?
No, that's just what they've been evaluated at.
Oh.
Knicks, second place. So you were
Re-
right.
really?
8.3 billion. Lakers, they're just 8.07 billion. They ain't
That's
worth
all.
much.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea of scale, the Cowboys are worth 10.3 billion. So there you go.
Until Jerry dies.
I don't know, man.
And they might still be worth 10.3 billion. I mean,
Might be
it's-
worth more with him alive than dead because we all know he's a shrewd businessman.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage GM, but he's a shrewd businessman.
Yes, that's true.
So the average NBA team is worth 4.6. What did the Sun just sell for? 6? What was it?
$70.
Shut up,
Ralph.
Ralph. I think it was 6. So not bad. Not bad. Anyway, I don't know.
I don't think it was 6. No, it was 4 billion.
Can I tell it? What?
Yeah.
That's a deal.
That's cheesy.
It's a deal.
I mean, it makes sense. NBA teams, that's what they're roughly valued at.
All right. So, the Phoenix Suns now, I think, have done something that's gotten them national attention. Everybody's like, hey, good job, guys. They came out with their new value menu. They
okay.
They have a value menu, be long lines at that stand, but
I see.
$2 for everything. It's like Costco of sporting events.
Wow.
You pay $2 for a hot dog, you'll pay $2 for a water, $2 for a soda, $2 for a bag of chips, $2 for a popcorn. And the prices used to be like $9, $8, $7. So that's pretty nice to
good.
discount the food 77%.
Yeah, granted, you're discounting it back to where it should be.
And it's probably about that big. It's
I
just
mean-
like a little bite-sized hot dog.
It's one of those little Smokies. That's the hot dog.
Big bag.
Yeah.
A lot of air.
Yeah.
For the chips, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think it even has to be that. Like, that's what the stuff should cost. Like the Dasani water being $9 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You charge me $9 for a Dasani, I should go over the counter and fight you. Like, what is that?
You don't generally have that happening at the games. at concessions because you're like, I'm at a game. I'll pay a lot. And you did. You paid like $100 for a family of 4. And now it's just more reasonable.
And you got to get people out to the stadium. And when parking is expensive, the ticket is expensive, and then the food's expensive, I'm not as likely to go back.
Lines are going to be really long now at these prices.
Here's what I say: eat before you go.
I didn't mind because I can afford it, so the poors would not be in the way. Now all the poors are going to be in the way. Getting their $2 hot dogs and $2 sodas. That's just nothing but inconvenient for me. Oh well,
maybe they should have like a VIP section for you, Richies.
I think you're right. No, I think you're right. Oh, look at this, and there's some new stuff. The Gorilla Souvenir Popcorn Bucket, not $2. Special margaritas, big chicken items. So, there's. Are they gonna like say value stand or you know what I'm saying? Are they gonna do a thing where you can see like I know it's all $2 there, and then over here
I have no idea.
Other stuff.
I don't work for the Suns.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Anyway, but that's nice, and it's making everybody across the country go, hey, that's cool. Good for you guys. And then I'll tell you what, Matt Ishbia is going to be at the next owners meeting, and they're all going to be glaring at him. You son of a bitch.
Really?
Because people are going to read that story, and then they're going to call up like the Knicks and say, the hell, man? Maybe drop the prices a little bit. They did it in Phoenix. That means you can do it here.
Yeah, James Dolan just won't do that.
Well, James Dolan's going to get in some more fights.
He's perfectly fine being an unpopular owner. Knicks fans already don't like him.
I didn't realize.
What's one more thing?
They'll just raise the prices by $2.
I didn't realize
just
that
to spite everyone.
James Dolan made so much money off of doing that gig with the Monkeys.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true.
You see what I'm saying?
It's really sullied the way a lot of people look at the Monkeys.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Hey, we're the Monkeys. I didn't realize he made that much money.
Sometimes it's just easier to just go along with it, So Darvin Ham is talking.
Okay.
Darvin Ham.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, that's your old
right
coach.
at me. I mean,
That's your old coach.
We had
Darvin Ham.
We had ham for lunch.
And he made a pretty good case. He's hanging out with Doc Rivers in the Milwaukee Bucks, and Doc Rivers is like, man, I'm thrilled to have Darvin Ham. He's my secret sauce out here for us to win this in-season tournament, whatever. And
how'd that work for you?
And I can't ever, they won the in-season tournament, but
who won it? The
Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
So is this a big deal?
Well, it was last year for you, wasn't it?
I'm asking you.
No, here's the point I'm trying to make. He was
asking a question.
They brought it up. Well, here's what they brought up. He's like, looking back at getting fired by the Lakers, he said, to do as well as I did, I swear to God, anywhere else, I'm probably looking at an extension with all I did. I'm not talking about feelings. I'm talking about facts. They go from not making it to the playoffs to the Final Four in the NBA, the conference finals, and then you win the in-season tournament, navigate through all the injuries, win both your play-in games, and you get to the playoffs. He says people always talk about, oh, you lost to Denver. They never talk about how we got to Denver. We beat a kick-ass young squad in Memphis, and we beat Golden State. So he's basically saying, he's like, this is unbelievable that I got fired by the Lakers.
I agree with him. I said it when he got fired. I thought he was
that's
I thought he's a good coach.
That's the Lakers' job.
Well, that takes all the fun out of this.
Right.
I thought we were going to fight about it.
No. Can't.
Yeah, what that ownership group expects, and to a certain extent, what the fans expect, will determine whether or not you keep your job, even if it's not realistic. Like that wasn't
the
a title
delusion
change.
should show JJ Redick the door here pretty soon. Then,
Well, but he's right. I mean, LA has a higher expectation of its teams than other cities.
no, I hear
We've
what
talked
you're
about that.
saying, but that means that JJ Redick is he's on his last year.
I mean, Dave Roberts was about to lose his job until he just won the World Series, and now they're talking about an extension. That's how they play,
And to an extent, like, okay, you can feel proud of that, but that's also a very dumb way to run an organization when it's not realistic. When like with the
You're
Dodgers,
just
that
burning
was
through
realistic. You spent so much money, you ought to expect that from Dave Roberts. Where the Lakers, like basketball, doesn't work that same way. There's a salary cap. You're over the first apron. Anthony Davis gets hurt all the time. LeBron James is aging. You could not have expected a title with that roster. And they fired a guy for not being able to win a title with a roster like no one would have won a title with.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you that's the mentality in LA. That's just how it is, and it always will be.
And that's
why
the reason
LA
why
sucks.
That's why LA wins a ton of championships.
And if the fans feel that way, fine. But like if the ownership group shouldn't be able to buckle to that. You guys in that building, when you do your evaluation, should know what it's a realistic goal to set, and they just didn't set a realistic goal.
I mean, if you look,
it was more they lost the locker room, and with the kind of divas you have in LA, losing the locker room is easy to do. When you don't kiss a lot of ass.
The Lakers, it's about losing LeBron. If you lose LeBron, you're done.
Because it's not the locker room.
It's
like
LeBron.
Anthony Davis too.
Sure, but like he didn't get fired because he lost D'Angelo Russell. Nobody cares about what he thinks.
He lost LeBron, and that was the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it goes. That's why JJ's there, because LeBron likes JJ.
Darvin Ham needs to be a coach somewhere. Why is he not a coach somewhere?
Well, because he just got fired, so there's kind of like the year off, rebuild the reputation. He'll get another crack at it because the Bucks look like they're turning around, and he really does seem to be the driving factor as to why, even though he's an assistant coach.
All right, well,
he'll get another crack.
I like Darvin Ham,
and he's young.
You like him now?
Yeah, he did have some issues with adjustments. He did have some issues with some strategery, but in general, that's a solid coach, man.
Yeah, for a guy in his first coaching job, you have some trouble with adjustments at that point. I mean,
why didn't you say this last year?
I love Darvin Ham. I've always said that. I always said that.
Jeffrey was a big Darvin Ham supporter. We talked about it.
There are times I said, I wish that was our coach.
Yeah, could you be quiet?
I've got your button. I've got the button to control your mic, sir.
But I can walk into that office now.
Okay.
Like, see, that's scary when you tell.
Oh, I'd like to see you try.
Like that, whatever.
Try it.
See, that's what I like. Whatever.
This is
Keon's eyes lit up. I think you should try it.
This is my house. This control room here. This is my building. Walk into it. See how it goes.
I'll be there in a minute.
All right.
For those of you who can't see us, Ralph has gotten more comfortable in his chair. So, yeah, they had to do it. They had to do it. And I'm kind of bummed out they did it. Chase Brown from the Cincinnati Bengals, he's got to pay the league $5,481 because he jumped into a giant Salvation Army kettle during that touchdown celebration. He did the same thing Zeke Elliott did. I don't know if anybody told him. It says, yeah, that's all cute, but you're going to get fined. I don't think they told him that until it happened. Then they're like, hey, you're probably going to get fined. He's like, oh, God, I hope not. I don't make enough money for that. Well, guess what? Yeah, the fine is for unsportsmanlike conduct. Players aren't allowed to use props during the touchdown celebrations. I really feel like he should know better.
Is it a prop if it's just already there?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a physical thing. And I don't know. It's kind of a tradition. First time they didn't fine Zeke Elliott, but then in 2016, but then they did do it in 2018. And then last year during the Thanksgiving game, multiple Cowboys did it. Nobody got fined. So, and then like I said, Chase, I guess nobody told him he'd get in trouble for it. Just, okay. Well, now he's $5,481 poor. I don't know what his contract looks like, but it can't be great if he's saying, I can't afford that.
Yeah, I just think the league, drawing attention to the fact that you are allied with the Salvation Army seems like good publicity.
Sure.
And you still get to take $5,000 from a guy for giving it to you is just weird. Yep. Just a little weird.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think it's unnecessary. Maybe ask him to donate some money. I don't know. All right, let's take a break. We come back. We'll talk more random things and get ready for our NFL fan pick'em picks and the fantasy football questions for whoever's left. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by GBank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Milwaukee Bucks are the semifinals of the NBA Emirates Cup in Las Vegas. Bucks are a 3.5-point favorite over the Atlanta Hawks. 229.5 the total. And the other semifinal, Oklahoma City laying 6 against Houston. The total 213. Romeo Dobbs, a full participant in practice yesterday. He hopes to be back from a concussion and play Sunday night where the Green Bay Packers visit the Seattle Seahawks as a 3-point road favorite. The total 45.5. The Seahawks in first place of the NFC West. They have won 4 consecutive games. Packers are 9-4.
I'm Chuck Sanders on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade Advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
We put you so close to the game, you can almost smell the sweat.
Ooh, awkward.
GCU basketball is live on the Fanatic.
Thursday night, GCU returns home to the Global Credit Union Arena to take on Chicago State. Tip time is 7 p.m.
Michael Potter and Paul Coro have the call live for GCU basketball on 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now it's time for a study in reality. There's delusion and there's reality. Here is here's the example. Here's two different headlines. Ready? One says, here's the one team Davante Adams says he'll never play for in his NFL career. Well, that's interesting. Why? Because he can choose. Davante Adams, still a really good wide receiver. Makes bad choices about where he goes sometimes.
He keeps trying to find a way to play with his friends.
Yeah.
And that's not a good idea.
Not good for business, but he's still a good receiver.
Yeah.
A lot of people would probably love Davante Adams on their team. He'd be wide receiver one immediately. Here's the other headline. Odell Beckham Jr. has a short list of teams he'd play for. There's an even shorter list of people who would probably want you on their team, Odell.
Yeah, I was like, is it a circle?
Yeah.
Is that Venn diagram a circle of teams that also want Odell? Because who is that at this point?
In 2024. Anybody.
Are the Rams on that list?
On his list?
Yeah.
They didn't say. He didn't say what the. Now, Davante Adams did say, he's like, F them Bears. I will never play for the Bears.
Okay.
Wow.
Ever since the rivalry with the Packers and the Bears, he's just like, no.
I'm
I'll
sure.
play. I respect everyone I play, but I'm not playing for the Bears. No.
I think that's fair. Like you play as a Packer, and then throughout the years, people say things to you that maybe you don't appreciate over time, and you go, you know what? I know they're just being fans, but screw those people.
Yep. So exactly where he is. So that shows you the difference between reality and delusion. Odell Beckham Jr., you are delusional to think there is teams that want you. Nobody wants. He's done. He's so done.
It's been a few years.
He will be retired. He's not retiring, but he's just been retired.
Two seasons ago, you could have made the argument because of
a little
that
bit
he played in that Super Bowl before he got hurt there. Okay, like there might be something in the tank. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. The skills are gone.
The Dolphins have retired Odell Beckham Jr. So that's the end of that. But I just think it's funny. He's like, oh, I've got a short list. Well, isn't that nice? Sure.
Might want to expand that list a little bit.
All right. Anyway, I wonder where it's somebody's got to help Davante Adams. So I just feel like he's not getting good advice from anybody. Does he have an agent?
He does have an agent, but this is what he wanted. I don't think your agent can talk you out of, hey, Derek Carr was my best friend in college. I want to play with him. So you willingly chose to play for the Raiders. And then, Aaron's my guy from back when we played in Green Bay. And then you chose to play for the Jets on purpose. No one's going to be able to talk you out of that if that's what you want.
Wait a second. Did you just say that Davante Adams was best friends with him in college? They went to college together?
They played at Fresno State together. Derek Carr was the quarterback. Davante was the receiver in college.
But he's only 31. And Aaron Rodgers is 39.
No,
40.
no, Derek Carr. and Devontae Adams.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Derek Carr. I was thinking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then he chose Aaron
Okay,
Rodgers for the Jets.
Yeah. I was a quarterback ahead of you. Sorry.
A trade he forced to go to a team that's terrible.
Mhm,
That's your agent. I bet you the agent was on the phone going,
What?
Devontae, do you really want this?
There's a point where that agent's just like, I get paid either way.
But if you hit certain incentives, that's a bigger check for you. Therefore, it's a bigger check for me.
How hard do I want to work? You know, to try to convince this guy of anything.
Look, if you chose the Raiders and the Jets on purpose, maybe you don't want to work that hard.
So speaking of the Jets, I have an inkling that the NFL is getting ready to pressure Woody Johnson to sell the Jets. Have you noticed the stories that are kind of trickling out, coming out?
Mhm.
This is the kind of stuff that starts to kind of happen before certain people start selling things. And it may not be a public, thing where the NFL says, but the NFL in the background might be like, it's time. It's time. And here, let me just show you. I just saw this story where they say Woody Johnson killed a trade that would have brought the Jets Jerry Jeudy because of his sons said, the Madden rating. It was about the Madden rating.
Mhm.
So he kills the trade.
Yep.
And somebody in the room says, when we're discussing things, you'll hear Woody cite something that Brick or Jack read online as being weighed equally against whatever opinion someone else in the department has. And so the Jets were like, that's not true. We do use that as a reference point. Oh, my God. They're using it as a ref. Oh, that just says it's true.
Yeah. Joe Douglas, the former GM, they fired him back in week 11. Joe Douglas, first off, when they fired him, he said he was relieved to be fired by the Jets. So that's one. Two, before the season even began, Joe Douglas said to the media, jokingly, not jokingly, kind of, I answer to a teenager. Those were his exact words.
Yep. Well, I don't know if it's Brick. I don't know if it's Jack, but either way, to find out they're using Madden ratings to make decisions, not surprising. It's the Jets, but horrifying.
It is surprising because that's a level of I'm a bad owner. That's you're in a league with Dan Snyder.
No.
That's basically it, man.
Woody Johnson leveled up because then the next thing is after a game, he walks into the locker room in front of other players and decides to dress down Zach Wilson, who had just thrown his helmet. He's like, yeah, you should throw your helmet. You effing suck. If you were like, oh my God, that was the owner. And then, other family members doing the same thing, criticizing players inside the locker room. So
when Bill Belichick left the Jets, it was the day after Woody Johnson bought the team. Bill didn't last a day with Woody.
That explains everything.
That was back in 2000.
So now you hear these stories coming out. What's this going to do? Make it almost impossible to hire a good coach.
And GM.
This is going to make things very difficult. And so if they can't find good people, Woody Johnson maybe gets more and more discouraged. I don't know. I think the NFL is letting this information get out because they want him gone too.
I don't know. The league hasn't really made an aggressive push to get somebody out that hasn't
since Dan Snyder.
Yeah, since Dan Snyder.
But the same thing happened when Dan Snyder started to get pushed. A little trickle here, a little bit there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Next thing you know, Dan Snyder's like, okay, enough of this. I'm out here.
I mean,
it took a lot for him. I don't think it'll take as much for other people.
But Dan messed with the money. That's when that really happened. And before, the only other owner I can think of was Jerry Richardson, who owned the Panthers and sold it to David Tepper. Jerry Richardson committed so many obvious sex crimes, they couldn't bury it. That's why they made him sell the team. I don't know that just being bad at being an owner is enough for the league to push you out.
I ain't saying I know for sure, but this does smell like a little blood in the water, doesn't it? For Woody Johnson.
I just noticed that when the Commanders, when Dan Snyder bought the team, that was 1998, they didn't become bad the day he bought them. It was every decision he made after that kind of snowballed. Woody Johnson bought the Jets 2 years after Snyder bought the Commanders. I think it's just a series of bad decisions that over time have snowballed to where now nobody respects that organization. Nobody wants to play there. We have quotes from players in that article basically saying most organizations set you up for success. Here, This is the most dysfunctional place imaginable, is what the quote said. I mean, it's just, this is just what happens when you are that owner, that you're kind of a little bit of a psycho.
You know what's sad is when they brought Aaron Rodgers in, you would think he would have fit right in with that dysfunction. You know what I mean? Same kind of dysfunction, same kind of crazy.
Yeah, but like someone's got to be the top of the totem pole of the crazy, and Aaron Rodgers, as important as the quarterback is never going to be more important than the guy who owns the team and cuts the check. So if Aaron under any circumstances doesn't agree with Woody, well, then the dysfunction is just going to be Woody's. That's where we are on that.
Navy Brad says the only one that'll sign Odell Beckham Jr. is his sofa. Was that like a JD Vance joke? Is that what that is?
I don't
see how that
know.
would connect, but okay.
Well, JD Vance likes to have sex with sofas, so that's what I was told.
What? Excuse me?
That's what I was told. You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't.
Google that. JD Vance and sofa. Yeah, it's a good read. Anyway, I want to talk NFL quarterbacks.
Let's do it.
Are you guys all sorted out here, by the way? Haven't heard from either Ralph or Randy in about 15 minutes.
Keon is, without interruption, and then you're kind of helping him. You're feeding him, and so we're just kind of sitting here just enjoying the.
I keep looking over. Yeah.
We're just kind of listening.
All right.
Oh, it's not without interruption. You are allowed to interrupt.
I'm not
allowed,
I'm not
that's rude.
listening. I can't figure out where my favorites went. So
it's not your computer. Your favorites aren't on every computer, Randy. It's only at the computer in your house. Your favorites are you don't want to you don't want to sync them
on my account.
No, but if you do that, then it'll get left behind, and then everybody's going to start going.
See, that's the problem with technology. It never works the way I want it to.
Well, it works at your house. I'll print you off a pick sheet for the
No, I can
next
do
step.
it. I'll be all right. I'm a professional. I can handle this.
Yeah, okay. 888-368-1580.
Didn't JD Vance? Didn't he sing for the Eagles?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
right. He
Who am I thinking? Who's that new vice president?
He sang "Take It to the Limit."
Yeah, that was JD Vance, wasn't it?
I think so.
Wow, that guy did a lot of stuff. He wrote a book. Sang
with the Eagles.
There was a movie, and then that, and then he humped couches. Okay,
I don't think he humped couches.
That's it. You can look it up. You could look it up.
Where'd you
Are
find
you
that on?
sure humping couches doesn't mean lifting them?
I don't know. Like Google, JD Vance.
Should I go to MSNBC to Google that? Or?
Couches. Just Google. I don't know.
How do you Google it from a news site, Ralph?
I'm just saying.
I can search it on there. If I figured that's.
I was afraid to read the story because I don't want that on my search. My Google.
I just don't want to touch the machine for fear that I might do something wrong.
Right. That a man humps couches.
Yeah, as it has to be, right?
I don't
Is that
remember
really
what it
how
was.
that works? I don't think that's how that works.
I just remember hearing that somewhere.
Yeah, you probably heard it on MSNBC.
You did not know because it's
hey JD Vance couch story.
It was JD Hayworth that
how
told me
a
that.
joke turned into trending.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Oh, there's a thing. Yeah, like I said, I wanted that on your search history, not mine.
Yeah,
It's your computer. I don't care. I mean,
it was a.
I'm in studio.
It was a
so.
dumb
no,
joke,
that's
but you had to
station
take this to the. Well, it must have been reported on a news site. It was a dumb joke. Just laugh at it and move on.
I never even heard it before. I don't know anything about it.
Well, then laugh at it now.
I am
I
surprised.
gotta hear the joke first.
Well, keep Googling.
I'm on NPR. I'll see what NPR has to say.
I just wanted to talk about NFL quarterbacks.
I want
don't
to
know
talk
what's going on.
politics. But okay.
Oof.
No, thank you.
Stockton slap. That's a great joke, but I can't read that. You know that. I can't say that. 888-368-1580. Well, before you start getting too down into the dark web over there, Geno Smith.
Yes.
Your man.
Yep.
Geno Smith.
He's not my man, but okay.
See, you are very duplicit about Geno Smith. One minute you're like, man, he's amazing. The other minute you're like, oh God, he stinks.
I like Geno Smith. I'm just saying he's not my man.
You have I've got texts that prove you say, oh, he stinks when he's having a bad game. And in the good games, you're like, he's amazing. Geno Smith, he's a full participant in practice.
I heard that.
And Kenneth Walker did not practice,
which concerns me.
But no, they're saying Geno feels good. He's ready to go. So
how about Charbonnet? Did he practice?
I
heard he's hurt too.
No word on Charbonnet. No, he did not practice. Neither did DK Metcalf.
Well, he's too busy being angry at the Seahawk fans that are selling their tickets.
Yeah. I guess what has happened to the Cardinals is now happening to the Seahawks.
It's happening to the entire league, unfortunately.
You get a lot of money for those things.
That's why. That's why people are doing it. They're buying tickets nationally and then just reselling them.
All them pale hippies up there in Seattle are like, "Wow, man, we can buy more drugs." So that's what they're doing.
They get it for free.
There ain't no free drugs anywhere.
Yeah,
That's
the
a lie.
state gives them to them. They're fine.
Oh, those are
those are
not as good,
but they work.
Anyway, your team's a little dinged up, isn't it?
Well, both running backs are hurt, and then Geno's coming off that knee injury, so we'll see. I mean, they need one of those running backs to play because that Viking defense is bad. So we'll talk about that next hour. But they need one of them to play.
I guess you keep an eye on that injury report. But Geno Smith looking good to play.
That's good. Good news because he looked like he was out for the year.
Baker Mayfield did not practice with the Buccaneers because of his knee injury.
I think he'll end up playing, though, don't you?
He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He is a tough guy.
He generally just steps up when he needs to.
They're dinged up over there. The
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Buccaneers.
Everyone's dinged up.
Tua Tagovailoa, he was in practice, but he was limited because that hip injury of his.
He was in practice, but he didn't realize he was in practice. That's the problem right there.
There's a lot of that for him.
Thought he was at a Costco.
He's like trying to get them hot dogs. Just you have the hot dogs? I don't know.
Jeez. Hope he's not asking the defense.
So Dolphins are beat up. The Titans, I'm sure you all know, they have decided to bench Will Levis for week 16.
Damn it.
And
who are they playing?
Who's
going to play quarterback? I mean,
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right.
He's
right
from the past.
Right. Yeah. Derek Carr, he's never playing again.
Well, I mean, this season,
I feel like he's never playing again.
Really? You think so?
Well, why wouldn't he play next year?
Yeah, why would you?
For the money.
No, he would. But you want him on your team?
No, but he's under contract.
You want him on your team?
Well, no, because you got Geno.
You want him on your team?
I think the Saints will want him on his team.
You got Jaden
They're
Daniels.
paying him.
I don't think so. He didn't have a great year. Even
you want him on your team?
All right, here is the
that's a yes, please.
No,
for Derek.
No,
Carr?
that's a yes, please.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
All right,
for
so
Derek Carr,
he completed 67.7% of his passes, 2,145 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and that went across 10 games.
What's wrong with that?
Not great.
That sounds
okay,
good to me.
Now it's an okay stat line, but
Right.
it's like also just when you watch the games, like
Right, yeah.
don't just look at the numbers,
It's not-
watch the games.
Carson Palmer effect.
Yeah, he looked bad.
Right.
But let's talk now Anthony Richardson's numbers.
Carson Palmer had amazing
How-
stats.
Is Derek
but
Carr not on his
not talking
second
about-
massive contract?
I'm
Yes
not-
or no?
I ain't talking about Richardson.
Okay, he's on his second huge contract. Anthony Richardson's bad as a rookie on a rookie as a first contract quarterback on a rookie deal.
He's a cheaper suck.
Yes, you can build
Thank
a better.
you, Keon.
You
He's
can-
proving my point.
You can build a better team around a crappier quarterback, as opposed to if Derek Carr is the guy that you're paying. Guess what? You can't even put a good team around him. You can't even pray for the Sam Darnold effect of we put good guys around you because you're cheap. You cost so much money to be that bad. Yes, I'll take the cheaper guy because then I can at least get you a receiver, a running back, some offensive lineman, a defense. I'm not proving your point. I'm literally more right than you right now.
You just made the case for the Cardinals to get rid of Kyler Murray. Right now.
I've
You
been
just
making
did.
that case.
What the hell
I
just
agree.
happened?
He's just made the case.
Wait, how the Cardinals come into this?
Because the example that you're using is a high-priced quarterback. You can't put anybody around when he sucks. So you get rid of that sucky high-priced quarterback to bring in the pieces
Can't
without
put
that
tall
high-priced
people
quarterback.
around him.
So now what you're saying effectively is the Cardinals should get rid of Kyler Murray because he sucks, and you could bring in pieces around him and get a lesser quarterback at lesser money, and they'd
Ralph,
be better off.
you clearly do not listen to this show because we say that every day here.
Thank you. I don't.
That
listen.
we don't.
Why would I listen to the show?
I don't listen to your horrible show either.
The conversation we were having was, do you want Derek Carr on your team? And the answer is no.
No.
I know that, but I just went somewhere else.
Okay,
He just was
well,
trying to poke at me about
lovely.
Anthony Richardson.
I was
Lovely.
enjoying your example.
Nobody-
I thought it was a good example.
Okay,
I was complimenting you.
Yes, but
Damn it, I gave you a helmet earlier. Be nicer.
you changed the subject to something we're not even talking about.
Oh no, presidents don't go any.
Give him a really
with
nice
him.
commander's helmet, not a
Yeah.
Redskin helmet. I'm
Listen,
getting
I got a code. I live by the code.
You got a coat?
A code.
Who gave you a coat?
If you have a coat, I can use one because it's freezing in here.
Not cold, you pansy.
Oh my gosh, I got frost coming out of my nose.
Oh my gosh.
Big baby.
Look at my jacket.
All right, we're taking a break. And no average Joe, I can't tell him to Google that because the station computers would all shut down.
I'll do it. What is it?
Nope. Nope. Moist one says, I wish Blair Walsh was playing for the Vikings.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
That's a deep dive.
Blair Walsh?
Somebody else Google it. I just don't want to Google anything.
The old Vikings kicker?
Yeah. Moist one. Are you drunk? We got to take this break. We come back. I don't know. We'll fight about something. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call. 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmansolar.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
At Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamond,
we offer incredible diamonds, both mined and cultivated, all at amazingly low prices.
Check out these cultivated lab-grown diamond earrings.
2 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $25.90.
And she'd love this amazing tennis bracelet in natural mined.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Pat Flipper says, happy holidays, gentlemen. Thanks for the laughs and entertainment this year. Win. Moist one says, Blair Walsh beat the Vikings in the wild card round 10-9 because Blair Walsh missed a 27-yard field goal. So you wish that he was playing for the Vikings now.
He's talking about when Seattle beat them, I think, in the playoffs.
Oh, I get it, because you want Seattle to beat the Vikings,
right?
Because
he's a
Seattle fan.
He missed a chip shot at the end of the game. Seattle won.
I told you it was going to be a deep dive. Stockton Slap says, I haven't seen a set of dolphins this bruised and battered since I saw a documentary on Japanese fishing boats.
Wow.
That's fair. That is fair. To be honest with you, tuna tasted better with the dolphin, didn't it?
Back in the day, yeah.
I felt like maybe it did.
I liked it better back in the day, yeah.
You didn't know why. You knew why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
All right. So Christmas is upon us. So you like candy canes? That sounded like really rapey, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
You like candy canes?
Hey there.
Yeah.
You like candy canes?
I think you would, because you'd like to chew some very strong peppermint gum.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
like it. Randy pops out some gum when we were sitting in his office, and it's just like very strong.
Oh, yeah.
I like wintergreen. It's soothing.
Yeah, well, now I think the gum is changing into wintergreen now that it's been in your mouth a while.
Oh, I spit it out a long time ago.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad.
I mean, I chewed the hell out of it.
I mean, if you chew it as long as I do.
Pete Carrolled it.
Oh, well.
So I lost the flavor quick.
I could see.
I wonder if he's going to come back and coach next year.
No.
I think he is.
Where at?
Chicago.
All right.
He's not going to go to Chicago.
Are you just like hoping or guessing, or did you heard?
There's a rumor out there about it, and I think it's an interesting match for him because it's a young, good team. He always makes an impact those first 2-3 years. I think he can do a lot there in a couple years. Maybe bring his, the guy that's going to take over for him with him to kind of work under him. I think it's an interesting.
Who is? I don't know
person?
that ever happens.
I'm not really sure, but I think it's
when does that ever happen in the NFL? Hey, I've got my replacement with me.
It's
And they're like, no, you're all fired. We got a new coach.
Well, back in the day, it used to happen. I remember.
Well, Ralph was over here. Pepperidge Farms remembers.
I love Pepperidge Farm, by the way.
I'm just saying. I mean, I like Pete Carroll, but
I think it's a good fit for him. Think about it.
He's extremely old.
Right, but he's
75, right?
He's really good at coming into a pro. Think about it. He went to SC the first few years, turned it instantly around. Went to
Yeah.
Seattle, instantly turned it around.
Yeah.
He can do things with that team and bring in some right pieces. That would be a very interesting.
He's really old now.
He's no older than. Well, anyway,
He'd be the oldest coach in the NFL.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And you were saying
I didn't go there.
Your mom? What?
He's not that old.
Oh.
He's like 72, I think, right? 73.
I thought he was older. I thought he's now 75.
No, I don't think he's that old.
I think when he left, I thought he was 72.
Okay, ask Keon how old he is. I don't know.
Keon would tell.
Swuzman says, Jeffrey, I've been having trouble getting the Thursday night game on the radio. Is there a way to get it through the app or the website? Yes, you go to the app or the website. Or tonight, it's not on 1580 The Fanatic. It's on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. Now, they also have an app for Money Radio, and there's also a website where, just like with The Fanatic, you can listen to there. So that broadcast starts at 6 p.m., by the way. So if you want to enjoy Denver and the Chargers tonight, that's how you'll have to do it, is over there. If you want to listen to it, I don't think I should have said enjoy.
Yeah, it would have been enjoyable.
Yeah.
It looked like an enjoyable matchup 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and just like, it should be
Today,
all right.
not so much.
Yeah. Taco Kenny says, what kind of gum do you think Pete Carroll chews on?
Wrigley's.
Probably the old kind, like that birch, that
Beech nut?
he beech nut. That's it. He grabs, or he just grabs a piece of bark from a tree. Is it the old school?
The way he chews, maybe.
I think he's probably chewing that X-Lax gum.
Or if that were true, he'd be walking on to the blue tent.
73. I mean, you got to keep things running.
He's only 73.
Oh, I see. You're saying X-Lax because then maybe in a couple of days I'll poop.
See?
And
That's
when
what
you're
I'm talking
our age,
about.
Keon, it's only 73.
Just for the job that he
Keon's
was
like,
doing.
dear God, he's next to death.
No, it's not that. It's just
They're sizing him up for a coffin now.
it's just for the job that he's doing.
But he can still do it. His faculties are there.
Yeah, no, I get that, and that's the reason why I'm not saying like he can't coach. Just
I'm thinking for 2 to 3 years just to get them on the right track, because Lord knows those teams are not on the right track.
if I hire a coach and I sign him to a six-year deal.
No, you send him to a 3-year deal. You let him do it.
And well, usually when you sign a coach, there's a 5-year window of let's get this thing on
I
track.
got a 10-year plan for Pete Carroll.
You give him a 5-year worth of death clause.
By the time you get the team on track, the guy's 78 years old. That's all I'm saying.
I know a lot of sprightly 78-year-olds.
Okay, well,
name one.
I don't want to name it because it's going to get political. Anyway, you give him a 5-year contract with a death clause. He'll be fine.
Bernie Sanders?
With a death clause?
Death clause.
What?
Means it terminates upon his death.
Oh, I thought you said death clause. I couldn't hear.
Well, that's just naturally it's going to do that. Who else is there to receive the money? That
His
you don't
wife.
even need a clause in there.
His wife.
I suppose you could, but I don't think you even need the clause in there.
I think he's very interesting for that job. With what they have there, I think it's a very
Look who's
interesting-
living in the past.
Like The
No, I'm
oldest
not.
coach in the league right now is Andy Reid, and Andy's 66 years old, which is like that's a good window, right?
That's
there.
Yeah,
because
he's
the two
got
oldest
a
guys
good 5 years left. I'd
Look,
say.
Bill Belichick just went to North Carolina. How old is he? He's
Oh, too old.
He's
old.
70. He's
Yeah,
older than
he
Pete,
should.
isn't he?
Yeah,
But he's got
let's-
something keeping him young lately.
Oh boy.
Stockton Slap says Pete Carroll chews on his own gums because he's old, doesn't have teeth. That is not true.
Oh my God. Yeah, Bill's 72.
Moist One says Wrigley is based in Chicago. Oh, I see what you're saying. So he'll get all the free Wrigley gum you can get.
Good point.
It's not bad.
No, I don't.
That's an incentive.
I don't know that that's true.
Just the Tip says, hey, Ralph, George Washington turned around America a couple of years ago. Doesn't mean he's visible today.
A couple of years
What?
ago?
Sea chickens ain't all that anymore. Just the Tip does send some weird text. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. He was the first president.
That's a couple hundred years
He
ago.
turned the nation around in that it didn't have a direction in the first place when he
Right.
took office.
And he hated it. He did not want to be president. He hated it.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll wants to coach.
I was going to click on something, but nothing's happening. I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hen says you could get the Amazon Prime app. Another Thursday game with no TD.
no
No, there'll
touchdown.
be touchdowns.
Yeah.
There'll be touchdowns.
Not many, but
Yeah, still a lot of defense.
Oh.
Both sides.
I have an answer for you.
Hmm.
He chews Bubble Yum gum.
Is he? No wonder he's always having to get new ones. The flavor goes out of that
He's
so
a Bubble
fast.
Yum enthusiast.
it's like
Enthusiast.
enthusiast. It's like a 2.5 minute gum. You chew it for 2.5 minutes and then it's gone. Like the flavor doesn't exist anymore.
He chews 260 pieces per game or per season.
I believe that
Per
if you're
season.
chewing
Okay.
bubble yum,
Okay, I was going to say.
Per game.
per season.
Wow.
15 pieces per game.
His blood sugar must be like 1,000.
But he's still alive.
He's got teeth. Strong jaw.
15 pieces a game. That's not a ton.
Prison
not the
wallet.
bubble yum, no.
I can't answer. You wanted to know what Keon thought of something, but what we're going to do our picks in the next hour, Prison Wallet. So listen for that. Then you'll hear what we think of lots of the games, including tonight's game. T. Lisher says that Ellen Doppelganger chomps on Dentine. No, the Ellen Doppelganger, we just found out, choose a Hubba Bubba. Wait, what was
Bubble
it?
Yum.
Oh, okay.
Bubble yum.
15 a game.
I'd want Hubba Bubba. Because then you blow the bubble and people get shot. Remember that when we were kids? The commercials for that?
Ah, yeah.
Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
Swazman says juicy fruit gum was by far the quickest to turn into chewable glue. The fruit stripe, yes, loses its flavor fast too.
Fruit stripe was good.
That was horrible.
No, but it was good.
Gum is a lie.
I don't remember where. Yeah,
It's a
Just,
lie?
you chew it and you're like, wow, this is delicious. And not even a minute later, the flavor is entirely gone and you were just chewing tires.
I'll take you through it. It goes like this. Oh. That's it.
Keon, you want some gum? I've got some in my office.
Some Wrigley.
It's
yeah,
not
we'll
even
go-
Wrigley.
Sure.
It's Dentine.
Dentine? Let's do the Dentine.
All right.
I hope you like peppermint.
I do like peppermint.
That's very potent peppermint.
Clear it up real quick.
Potent. That opened up my nasal passages. Commando Duke, yes, Scott, the king of fantasy football, Engel, will be on today to answer, for people who've survived the playoffs, questions.
There's only one in this building presently.
Yeah, I know.
You don't like to talk about it, though.
No.
Just because it's me.
Yes.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
I have a tough matchup this week.
No, I forgot that. So, do you like candy canes? Does anybody actually eat them? I see them hanging on trees.
I like 'em.
I don't ever see anybody eat one.
I eat them.
You eat them? Okay, I'm gonna bring you
Uh-oh.
any and all of the candy canes.
Army of candy canes. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I just because a lot of people like to decorate them, then they'll hand them out, and you're like, "Hey, it's got candy," and then later you're like, "No, I'm not eating that."
Put them in coffee and stuff.
Just, I don't drink
You
coffee.
crush them up and put them in coffee, or you can put them in other
that
things.
does sound like a good
I've
idea.
never thought to put them in coffee.
Oh,
or-
yeah, it's delicious.
Maybe even hot chocolate.
Yeah, you can
Do
crush
that.
it up and
Maybe.
put them in hot chocolate.
Especially if you have some Baileys for your hot chocolate, a little peppermint candy in there.
Got a feeling he's got some.
I do. Oh, thank you, Randy.
Got a damn nice sized mug too to go with it.
I could have some of that right now
You
if
could.
I wanted.
You could.
I don't know.
I'd like to watch that.
Uh,
Just see him get drunk on here.
oh, it's not a big deal. Here's the thing: we did a remote broadcast. This is 20 years ago. This is way long time ago. Over at Charleston's, and I don't know if that's still around. It was a great restaurant at the time, and then they had us do a remote broadcast on the patio, and they the bar was off the patio. So the listeners kept sending me shots. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Boom. And I was hitting boom, just hitting it, boom. And I didn't even barely get buzzed. And the people who were buying the shots got mad at the bartenders saying, you didn't give him enough alcohol in that drink, because they were trying to get me drunk. And I was still standing the whole time, just doing the show, going, hey guys, what's going on? And they were like sending doubles up after a while, saying, and the bartender was like, I don't know. I am just broken as a human being.
It's called being an alcoholic.
I have a high tolerance for alcohol. I guess I'd make a pretty good alcoholic.
No, you are one. I mean, you don't make one.
So didn't even dent me. So I could drink that Bailey's right now. That'd be fine. I wouldn't drive just to be safe.
Well, prove it.
I don't think I should do that on a Thursday show.
I think
that's more of a Friday show.
We're all
thing.
here, so we need that. Maybe you'll get nicer
on a Friday show thing.
Maybe you'll get nicer.
What do you think
Magic
the chances are?
Ball says, doubt it.
What do you think the chances of me getting nicer with a gut full of whiskey?
It's possible.
Bat Flipper says, I eat candy canes after drinking at lunch, at work. Kind of hide the breath. That's smart. Yeah. Fighting Wampa says, you want gum that turns into paste in your mouth? Go find a pack of Topps baseball cards.
Oh,
back in the day, I think they made that stuff from dead horses.
That stuff is horrible.
Yeah, you're right. Swazman agrees. He's saying the same thing. All right, guys, we must take a break. It's hour 1. Nope. Now it's going to be hour 2. It's a Daily Blender.
It's fall football on the Fanatic. Catch all the live game play-by-play. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday day and night NFL games. Plus the Saturday NCAA football game of the week. It's all right here on the Valley's home for football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
At Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamond,
we offer incredible diamonds, both mined and cultivated, all at amazingly low prices.
Check out these cultivated lab-grown diamond earrings.
2 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $25.90.
And she'd love this amazing tennis bracelet in natural mined.
4 carats total weight in yellow or white gold, only $39.90.
And how about this diamond chain in cultivated?
12.5 carats total weight, collection color and lab-grown, only $79.90.
And last but not least, especially this year, 1.5 carat floating diamond pendant.
Collection color and lab grown, only $9.90.
Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GARAGE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
everybody. It's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And all right, in the next hour, I imagine there's still going to be quite a few people with questions. Maybe not as many as last week, probably even less next week. But Scott, the Fantasy Football King Engel, will be with us at 5 o'clock. And I guess until we don't need him anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know that it's going to take a whole half hour. And then we're still on until 6 p.m. I would imagine somewhere in the 5 o'clock hour, Ralph's going to be like, oh, my God, I got to go. And Randy's going to start you see him on the YouTube TV there, right? And you see him like that. Here's Randy. He's like, and then a few minutes later, he'll be like this.
That's funny.
Where'd he go? Just the Tip says a Lindor cherry-filled chocolate in a glass covered with Baileys. Have the server warm it for just 30 minutes in the microwave. 30 minutes?
30 minutes?
I think you mean 30 seconds.
Yes.
30 minutes. He says serve over ice. And he says, this is why I have Uber. Ah, okay. Okay. You could make that at home too, you know. I mean, I don't know. Feel like that's something you'd probably want to do, and not for 30 minutes.
How do you drink your Baileys? You like your Baileys?
Just mix it with hot chocolate. That's it's a seasonal time of year kind of thing.
I saw Bailey's churro flavor. I was like, that's interesting.
What?
Yeah, churro.
Huh. Yeah.
That would be interesting,
right?
Interesting.
That's what I thought. I was going to buy it, but
in your coffee,
get some Baileys and just stir it with a churro and eat the churro.
I mean, you could do that too, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So when you take Baileys and you put it in hot chocolate, that's great. See, here's the thing. It doesn't violate the Manstitution, which, by the way, Ralph saw a copy on my desk, so we gave Ralph a copy of the Manstitution. It doesn't violate anything. So here's what it is. And I don't know if this made it in the Manstitution, but it's a philosophy that we sort of had to kind of talk through. And that is, if you have whiskey, don't add stuff to whiskey. Whiskey's great like it is.
Yeah.
But if you have something else and you add whiskey to it, yeah, that's all right. So if you take hot chocolate and you add Baileys to it, that's fine. But if you're sitting there with some Baileys and you want to add other things, you're like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to get some bourbon there. Yeah. Don't add honey. Don't add peanut butter. Just drink things. They're great as they are. We don't have to keep tinkering. I think we should be done tinkering. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about it. But, so then they say, oh, well, you're adding Baileys to hot chocolate. That's
he's improving hot chocolate.
I'm making hot chocolate better. I'm making hot chocolate great again.
Yes,
that's
what I'm doing. I add rum to Coke. That makes the Coke better.
Yeah, all right. Had to think about it. Yeah, that's all right.
I'm a rum guy. You're a whiskey guy. I'm a rum guy. I
like a nice Tom Collins. That wasn't a bad drink.
He's a heck of a singer.
Some Crown and Coke like that. Or used to I'll have a Crown and Coke.
Crown and Coke is good. I prefer like a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, but just really give me a damn whiskey. If I do any kind of a mixed drink, it's only because people around are like, oh, mixed drinking, and I'm like, oh, all right, I'll fit in. Then after that, I'm pissed at myself. Just get a whiskey.
So do you do whiskey sours ever?
I just give me the whiskey.
Just the whiskey.
Just give me the whiskey.
That's what Scotch and whiskey are for, just themselves, right?
Whiskey. Okay. I don't know. I just explain this. Give me some whiskey. Moist One says, I like baby Guinness shots.
Baby Guinness shots.
What is a baby Guinness shot?
Guinness shot? That'd be a baby shot. Right?
Who's shooting babies? Bat Flipper says, did Ralph have to hand his panties over to have a copy of what? Bat Flipper. God. No, when I gave you the Manstitution.
Can you block him?
No, not blocking him.
You block everybody else. Block him.
I think I've blocked a total of 3 people.
I know 2 of them. Can you block the third?
And I don't know how to unblock them. Don't ask me again.
Yeah, I mean, if you get blocked from the Daily Blender, beware. We don't know how to get you back if we want to.
There's no unblock button.
I'd have to call somebody, I think. No, nobody gets blocked on this, and unless 2 things. One, they're racist, or two, they're really insufferable.
Okay, well, bat flipper's insufferable.
No, not just. I mean, just no, he's not. No, I got to scroll. No, he's fine. Bat flipper's fine.
Only when he talks about Ralph. Okay.
Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Nice to hear Ralph. Is it on the show today? How about them Seahawks dropping out of first place? Oh,
it's fine. We're still right there.
I'm just saying, the NFC West, just complete ass. Your whole division stinks.
No, I don't agree with that. I think the way the Rams are playing right now, you can't say that. The Rams have been a very good team the last 9 weeks.
If you scrape off the rest of the NFC West and you only look at the Rams, you'd be like,
The Rams could do damage in the playoffs. That's a talented team.
No, they're not going to do damage.
I mean, they've won 7 out of 9. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so. Average Joe says, Ralph sounds like he drinks amaretto sours.
First of all, I love amaretto. I'm Italian, so excuse me for being what I am. But amaretto is very good. I like to drink it straight, personally. I will buy a bottle of it. I have a bottle of it at home, and I just drink it.
And a weep. Just sitting there crying.
Why, Gino?
That's why you like Geno Smith. He has an Italian name.
That, and he gives me drinking issues, so yeah.
He will drive you to it. Moist One says, coffee liqueur topped with Bailey's. George, how about those Cardinals, huh? Bears, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Padres. Ralph does have, I'm sorry, George has probably as many teams as Ralph.
Yes. We figured that out early on.
He likes all Chicago teams? Is that what it is?
Well, he's from Chicago, apparently.
He always finds somebody to.
His big problem is the Padres, but other than that, he's fine.
Kiss the Cook says Ralph needs a copy of that Manstitution. I gave it to him.
He has one.
He's got it. It's a pocket. It's a pocket Constitution. Manstitution there.
Right here.
Here, let me see that. I'll show it to the camera here.
I'm showing it to my camera.
It's the Manstitution.
Oh,
right there.
Rotator cuff.
There we go. That's it's nice looking, isn't it? That's cool.
That's kind of cool. I was
we made these to sell for charity, and then they just sat there, and I forgot. I forgot them. And we might just give them away.
I thought it was a pocket Constitution at first, and then I realized, no, you wouldn't have that.
I have one.
A Constitution for when you're doing your Constitution.
He might have that. Yeah. I agree.
Just the Tip says, in me cups, home in my office, hot girlfriend just getting home from Cardinals training camp. Kyler joke if needed.
What? Somebody's drinking.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Is it Friday?
Big George says, I see Ralph is already pivoting to becoming a Rams fan.
I'm not pivoting. I'm just making a statement based on.
You're nobody to talk, George. You're like nobody to talk with all your damn teams.
Seattle's going to the division anyway. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If Keon's team doesn't get off their butts, they might miss the playoffs, and you could have 2 teams from the West.
I mean, I know that's a fact. It's.
I don't think that'll happen.
Well,
but
here's more
possible.
fact. Any team from the NFC West will be thrown out after their first game in a playoff.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
No, you don't.
I said it with my mouth.
I disagree, because I think some of the teams that were really good are not playing as good as they were. I think right now the most dangerous team in the NFC is the Packers.
No, not the Packers.
They look really good.
I would say they're the most dangerous.
With the injuries that Detroit has, with the defense that Minnesota has, which is not that great, I think the Packers are sitting there right now chomping at the bit.
You don't think Minnesota's defense is that good?
No, did you see how they were getting run on like crazy last week against the Bears? The Bears have a terrible offensive line. I think they're going to struggle this week because we'll talk about it later. But I mean, I think Minnesota is not that big of a deal.
Minnesota's a really good defense for forcing turnovers.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stopping you from racking up yards,
they don't.
They can't. They're not good at that.
So Moist One says, this is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. You're not a Colts fan. All right, listen. You know what? Let's start doing our picks. There's no reason to wait. Bat Flipper says, thank you for not blocking me. Sorry, Ralph. You play for so many teams. I thought you wore panties.
Hey, do me a favor. Text in on Sunday and I'll block it.
You're not allowed to do that. You're gonna have that block button removed.
I still got that button.
Huh?
I have that button. So
I'm gonna make some calls. So here's what we do. We do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks, and we like to start with all the games that are on 1580 The Fanatic. Now remember, this weekend we got Saturday games. There are 2 games on Saturday. So we got football tonight, not tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So if the wife needs you to do anything, you best get that crap done on Friday because let's see here. Let's see about the games. Maybe it won't matter. Maybe these games are garbage. Let's find out. All right. So tonight you got the Denver Broncos playing the Los Angeles Chargers in SoFi Stadium. So Jim the Jerkface Harbaugh and Justin Herbert hosting, I just ate a lemon looking face, Sean Payton, along with Bo Nix. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Randy.
I think that Denver's been coming on as of late. Bo Nix is still having those growing pains, throwing some inopportune interceptions. But Los Angeles, the Chargers are beat up, man. Even their quarterback is beat up. The first year for John Harbaugh has gone probably about as well as expected. I think Denver wins this game and moves on from there.
All right, Keon, what do you think? You think the Denver Broncos continue to pile up wins, or do you think Harbaugh is going to show you, the kind of winner he is?
Not with the way that they have injuries. Like Randy said, they're beat up, and I think the main injury, as much as Justin Herbert and his lack of mobility with that ankle will be an issue, J.K. Dobbins is the one that really hurts the most. Ever since he was gone like 4 weeks ago, everybody's numbers are down across the board, Herbert's and everybody else, because that's a running football team. That's what Harbaugh wants to do. He's stubborn about it. He should probably start throwing the football more, but he's not going to. And I think the result is going to be a Chargers team that gets stuck in neutral like they've been for the last 4 weeks. The Broncos don't have that problem. Like, their defense plays at a high level no matter who they're playing. Bo Nix did have a terrible week last week. I think it was 4 interceptions for him. But overall, Bo Nix has been very good and trending in the right direction. So I think he'll get back on track tonight. And I think that, without the ability to run the football, I just don't know how the Chargers beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I made a mistake last week. Last week, my mistake wasn't in my picks. My picks were fine. But was in a bet that I made with my son. My son is a Denver Broncos fan, and I'm a Colts fan. And I was like, hey, let's have a bet about the game. Now, I had picked the Denver Broncos to win, so I got that pick right. But between him and me, just for fun, I said, here's what we'll do. If your team wins, you get a banana split with all the toppings and everything. And then I have to eat celery while watching you eat that. Or vice versa. That's the bet. Winner gets the banana split, and the loser doesn't get any ice cream. They just got to sit there and eat celery,
Oh, man.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't like celery. So he's like, deal. And so we're watching the game, and like, woo. Oh, damn it. And then I kind of started to want that banana split, and then I did not get that banana split. So because of that, I've decided I better not bet against the Broncos again, and I'm just going to take the Denver Broncos to beat Jim Jerkface Harbaugh. That's really the only reason why.
Okay.
That, and I like to see Jim Jerkface Harbaugh not win. That's all. So let's move on to the Saturday game. The Kansas City Chiefs are hosting the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are what?
I guess my pick doesn't count. That's okay. Move on.
Did you
pick? You didn't ask Ralph anything.
I thought he did.
I'm not here.
No.
Who's doing all the talking?
Randy
You
started, then me, then you.
Oh.
You spoke enough for 3 people. We're good.
Ralph never picked.
Oh, I thought he did.
I'll take the Broncos. Let's move on.
Okay, fine. I'll let you go first. So we got the Chiefs at home against the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, is that right? 9-5 or 6?
9-5.
9-5. And the Chiefs, 13-1. The Chiefs are a little bit dinged up. Patrick Mahomes has been a question mark since he got dinged up last week, but it looks like he'll probably play. But the Houston Texans, I don't know how much I trust that 9-5. But go ahead, Ralph.
Oh, now you're going to pick me. All right.
Randy, what do you think?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. This is a tough game because this has fantasy football implications. I don't know what's going on with Mahomes, so he might play, but if he does,
Hollywood Brown back.
But he might play, but he might not be worth a darn if he can't move around. So I think they're going to try to go run heavy in this game. I think that's their way, and if they do that, man, they're going to screw me in fantasy. So anyway, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I mean, just they're at home. They're 13-1. They're probably just man to man. They're better than the Texans. I think the Texans have really struggled this year. They didn't have the year they thought they were going to have, which I figured since their schedule was tougher. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and we'll see what happens.
You got to keep picking them until they give you a reason not to. And there's been some shaky moments that are almost reasons not to. But I'll go ahead and take the Chiefs over the Texans. Keon?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs too. It's not just pick them till they give you a reason not to, though that is a very good reason. The other thing is that defense is just like a legitimately good unit.
Oh yes,
they're
absolutely.
Top 5 defense in the league. They're 3rd against the run. They're 14th against the pass. And the Texans have been struggling offensively this year. Like they've been up and down. The Texans defense has actually been all right, but that offense has just been so inconsistent. CJ Stroud is still kind of growing as a young quarterback, a young player, and you can kind of see it. And I think going up against this defense, probably not a great day for CJ.
All right, Randy. Stroud or Mahomes?
I will say that Houston, like Keon says, inconsistency has been kind of the theme this year. I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. Even though 15 is hurt, I still feel like you say, Jeffrey, you got to go with them until they prove you wrong. Give me the Chiefs.
All right, the other game, by the way, the game we just talked about, that will be on at 11 a.m. On Saturday morning. Then later at 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. 10-4 Pittsburgh against the 9-5 Ravens. And it's funny. The 9-5 on Houston looks a little bit different than the 9-5 on Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am more afraid of the Ravens than I am of the Texans. But these Pittsburgh Steelers, they're finding their way. Oh, what was it I said? TJ Watt, he was out of practice. We still don't know for sure what's the story on him to play or not.
I thought it was limited in practice.
Is he limited? All right. So that's still a little bit of the question mark that could affect the defense of the Steelers. But Keon, go ahead. What are your thoughts on Steelers versus Ravens?
Let's see. From the last thing I saw from TJ Watt, by the way, reported an hour ago, TJ Watt is off of the injury report. So,
wow. Okay.
Looks
Done.
like he's going to play in all likelihood there. I'm going to go with the Ravens, though, regardless. I just think that the Ravens offensively, when they find these grooves, they're just a hard team to stop and slow down and beat. They're the Bengals if the Bengals could stop anybody every once in a while. Like the Ravens have been struggling defensively too. Like, don't get me wrong, but the Bengals haven't stopped anybody all year long. The Ravens have been able to get enough stops in some of these games to be able to get some wins. They play in a tough division. It's the AFC North. So that's the reason why I think that 9-5 looks a little bit better on them as well. And I just think that Lamar Jackson has just been playing at such a high level the last handful of weeks, and that offense is really clicking and it's in a groove. And the Steelers have shown that they can be slowed down a little bit. Like the initial jolt that their offense got with Russ Wilson in there has taken kind of a step back. It's still a good offense, but it looked like a great offense initially. And now I think that's one where, like, if you're going back and forth with the Ravens, I'll take the Ravens.
All right, Randy. So, Ravens, great coach, great quarterback.
Yep.
Steelers, great coach. The quarterback's been great, been bad. He's cringy. He's this, he's that, but but it's working.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Last 9 games between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens have been decided by 3 points or less. The Ravens quarterback is 1-4 against the Steelers. Give me the black and yellow.
That's interesting. Now, I hate the last 9 games, because you go back. That's a couple of years then, and you like different this, different that. I don't they've not come in here and done this. It's a different team every year, so I kind of hate those stats. But when you talk about the Ravens up against Tomlin, that's a different story altogether. Ralph,
you may hate those stats, but the Steelers have won 8 out of 9.
Yeah, but so what?
8
out of 9, but it's a different scenario each time. It doesn't make it an absolute.
But the last 2 years, they've gone into Baltimore at the end of the year and they've won. I mean, it's consistent.
Who was not on this team last year? Russell Wilson. Who was not on?
And they still won.
So my point is, it doesn't. You're putting it on Tomlin more than you would on the players.
I've been saying this all season. Last year, Tomlin's a great coach. He takes what he has and he turns it into gold, no matter what it is. That's what he does. I mean, he's won with anybody. Think about some of the quarterbacks he's had.
Well, he may have gold, But Harbaugh's got the frankincense and myrrh, and the Baltimore Ravens win.
Yeah, but Tomlin has Jesus. So I'm going with Tomlin. I'm going with Tomlin. I'm going with the Steelers.
The way he
Steelers
brought
win
the
this
gold
game.
and he kidnapped Jesus.
Exactly.
I can just see him.
Exactly.
I am
Oh,
picturing
no.
an AI of Tomlin running with a little baby, just running, trying to escape.
I'm a Steeler believer right now. So
All right. No, listen, mad respect for Mike Tomlin. But I just feel like the Ravens will take care of business there. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick it back up. Oh, I got a bunch of texts here on the text line that we need to address. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's fall football on the Fanatic. Catch all the live game play-by-play, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday day and night NFL games, plus the Saturday NCAA football game of the week. It's all right here on the Valley's home for football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
We put you so close to the game, you can almost smell the sweat.
Ooh, awkward.
GCU basketball is live on the Fanatic.
Thursday night, GCU returns home to the Global Credit Union Arena to take on Chicago State. Tip time is 7 p.m.
Michael Potter and Paul Coro have the call live for GCU basketball on 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's get caught up on the text line and we'll get back to our picks. I don't know. I'm always nervous to click on it. No, don't. Moist one, don't send me that doofus in the Colts gear singing in the microphone. Please don't do that. Oof. Now that might get you blocked. Bronco Bully says tonight the Broncos D turns Justin Herbert into Justin Sherbert. Am I right? Am I right? What is this, open mic, Bronco Bully? Jesus Christ. Maybe Bronco Bully. Maybe. Hefty Lefty says Broncos and Chargers usually split the series each year, but I'm always worried about the Broncos not showing up in games like this, where on paper they should have the advantage. Fair enough. As a Bronco fan, Prison Wallet says, do you think I got a chance at winning this bet? He's got Chargers +3 and the over at 36.5. I don't know. Keon, you're on the betting show. What do you think? He wasn't even listening.
Yeah, say it again. Yeah, I was. I started texting Michael Potter something.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I have another job after
All
this.
I know
one.
is you're going to understand how it
Because I
feels next week when we're not here.
Because I don't leave this place until 9:30. There's another thing I have to do after this. I'm sorry.
You don't even look at me anymore.
You don't bring me flowers.
Prison Wallet's bet is Chargers +3 and the over at 36.5. He wants to know if he's got a chance at winning that. Well, you always have a chance, but
taking the over seems like not a great idea to me. And I just don't like the Chargers in this game.
A lot of defense, Prison Wallet.
I don't think the Chargers are going to win the game. I don't think they're going to cover. I would not take the Chargers personally. No.
So I have another bit of information from Hamilton Porter. He says Bears last 8 games with a healthy Justin Fields. They have a 5-3 record, and there's 24.5 points a game. The Bears, the last 8 games with Caleb Williams, 0-8, 14.75 points per game. And then everybody was just trying to blame Justin Fields, huh? Okay. All right. Well, it's really not what we're talking about, but thanks. Stockton Slap says, do you think Tomlin could turn a healthy Cowboys into contenders? Yes,
I do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
That's
he's a great coach. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, it'd be weird to see him coaching the Cowboys. He's going to stay with the Steelers forever.
Yeah, he's going to be a Steeler until he decides to walk away because that's how the Steelers work.
Mhm.
And then they'll replace him with another guy that'll coach there for 25 years.
I don't know if this is true. No, I don't think it's true, but I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it just a tip. This is not going to go well. I just want you to know that ahead of time. He says, Kyler Murray's parents moved in next door to us in Ahwatukee. My hot girlfriend who works at the Cardinals training facility got invited to the new house party. Both Kevin and Missy told me liquor would be barely drinkable. They said Kyler just can't reach the high shelf stuff. It's all lies. It's just all lies.
It's just the joke has to have some truth in it to be funny, and like there just isn't any there.
I mean, he can't reach anything, so
yeah, it's true.
Okay, no, that part
can't,
is
there's
true,
no
but
shelf he
that's,
can reach.
That's just an observation of fact. That's not a.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have to be clever to notice that he's not tall.
Hefty Lefty says, you know what? Top 2 scoring defenses in the league tonight. Naturally, it'll be a shootout. Yeah, that's how these things kind of turn sometimes. All right, let's get back to the 1580 The Fanatic games. The next one on our list, we've done tonight. We've done Saturday. Now it's time for Sunday. Sunday night football is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Baker Mayfield, he's going to go out there and play. I don't know how badly dinged up he was. I don't know how much that's going to affect anything. Dallas Cowboys, they stink. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers mostly on how bad Dallas stinks. And by the way, just to give you an idea, I saw this stat. ASU, Arizona State University, has more touchdowns in that stadium than the Cowboys.
Man.
For the season.
Wow.
ASU's got 6. Dallas has got 5.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ralph?
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
You know, I'm not going to start calling on you if you're going to clear your damn throat every time. Be ready. Be
Okay,
ready.
so,
Be
anyway.
ready to talk.
Dallas has looked better in the last 4 weeks. I mean, now granted, I mean, they beat Carolina, they beat the Giants, and they beat, well, the Commanders was a big deal. But they have looked better. So I know you're saying they suck, but they haven't sucked in the last month. They actually have been playing better.
I think what I said was they stink.
Okay. Excuse me a second. All right. So Cooper Rush has looked better. I mean, they are clicking a little bit better on offense. The defense has played a little better. So I get what you're saying. But if Baker Mayfield doesn't play this game, I'm probably going to take Dallas. It's going to depend on if he's playing or not. If he plays,
back up for Tampa Bay.
I don't know.
Hold on just one second.
Anyway, go ahead.
If he plays, I'm taking Tampa. If he doesn't, I'm taking Dallas. So for the moment, I don't think he's playing. I'm taking Dallas, but I will change that if Baker Mayfield plays.
All right, Randy, I know you love you some Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
so
boy, do I.
Why don't you fill us in on what you think?
I think that, well, I will say this. The Dallas defense has been getting better since what's his name? Dusty Pickens. What's the number 11? What's the guy?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. There you go.
Did you say Dusty Pickens?
Yeah, Dusty Pickens.
Love Dusty
Yeah.
Pickens.
Yeah.
He's a heck of a corner.
Hell of a player for, I think it was Cal. Anyway, if I see, I don't know because I don't know how well Baker, the touchdown maker, is going to be with that dinged up knee of his. Now, I will say that if he was not dinged up, I'd take Tampa Bay. So I think at this point, I will go ahead and take Tampa Bay.
All right, Keon, what do you say?
Similar thing. I think the Cowboys have been much more competitive over the last month and a half of the season. That being said, the Buccaneers are a better football team. The backup is Kyle Trask, but I don't think we're going to see him actually because every sign indicates that Baker's probably playing Sunday. He logged a full day of practice today, which is usually what you want to see. So I'm assuming Baker's playing, and so I'm taking the Bucs.
All right, let's move on to the Monday Night Football game. That's right, the Green Bay Packers hosting the New Orleans Saints. There's no reason to even. It's all Green Bay, right, guys? Green Bay. Yeah, there's no hope for. Well, there's just no hope for the Saints. Derek Carr's gone forever. Who's their quarterback now? Ritter,
Spencer Rattler.
Rattler. I knew it was something.
Local kid.
and or Jake Haener just seems to.
Oh, that's right.
They seem to swap between whichever guy is
They're
playing
like,
worse.
hey, this guy's getting the start. Then no, that we're going to switch these guys out now.
Yeah.
So-
Whoever's bad more recently is the guy that winds up starting the next game. Yeah.
I didn't feel like there's any reason to waste our time on that game. Baker's Cocky Hen says Poopa Koopa doesn't have a chance. Poopa Koopa.
He's Puka Nakuna probably, but a chance for what?
He said the Bucks offense is too good. So, who's
Bucks
Poopa
offense?
Koopa?
That must be Cooper Rush.
Why do you call him Poopa Koopa?
Look at Cooper Rush's numbers. He's actually got really good numbers.
He's a serviceable quarterback,
Yeah,
and he
he's-
gets to throw to CeeDee Lamb, which
Yeah.
is
I mean, he's
gonna
good.
help you out.
And he doesn't make bad decisions. He throws. I mean, he only has 3 picks in his games.
By the way, you are incorrect. Baker's Cocky Hens thinks the sun will be in their eyes based at the time of the game, but that's Sunday Night Football. I think by then, then it'll be dark.
Yeah.
So, T. Lisher says Cowboys at home equals they ain't winning. Only home win was the Giants.
Damn.
Hamilton Porter says, what are the chances the Cardinals run the table? None.
No, I disagree with you. I'm
You-
sorry.
Yeah, of course, Randy thinks it's 100%.
It's so easy. I can't even stand it.
So easy. 0% chance.
I don't say 0.
0.
Well,
But I'd
Ralph,
say-
Ralph has to say that because
No,
he's a
'cause
sea
it's-
chicken.
Is none the
0.
same as 0? Maybe it is.
It's
Maybe it is.
They have no
Yeah,
chance.
that's why.
I said none. So,
Yeah, that's
That would
zero.
be 0.
That's what 0 is. Yeah.
well, who do you got left? I think we keep talking about this. I don't know why
Rams.
you'd want to talk about this.
Rams, Niners.
Panthers this week.
No, that's a win.
Rams
Yeah.
and 49ers.
Yeah, there are 2 more wins against the Hams of Hollywood, the Hollywood Hams,
They're gonna kill
and
you.
then the 49ers. We have them, I believe, at our stadium, and we're just going to beat them like an
Okay,
oil can.
3 games. 3 games is not a table; it's a side table,
Yeah.
and they're not running.
They're
I'm
running
sorry.
it.
You're
I
not
hope you
running
beat the
it.
Rams.
Oh, well,
You can't run it.
That's the easiest 3 wins that we've had all season.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Cowboys are on Sunday night. That is correct. Sunday night.
That's kind
He says, I thought it was a flex game of the week. Is this Simpson thing? So they couldn't change it? No, that
No,
was like
that
last
was-
week or
that-
something.
yeah,
It was
and
last
the
week. It was
game-
horrible too, by
The
the way.
game they're flexing is next week's game with the Falcons and the Commanders.
I tried to watch that Simpsons thing. I got a play and a half in. I'm like, I'm out. This
So-
is horrible.
It's very
It's just
dumb.
dumb,
Yeah.
contrived. Ugh. I like Mina Kimes. I got nothing against her, but it's just the whole thing. Was just
Was she calling the game?
She was on there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
in the
so.
broadcast. Look, when I want to see Mina Kimes, I'll just watch NFL live.
Mhm.
I don't need to watch the Simpsons broadcast of a game. None of that's necessary.
Yeah, it was clunky, to say the least. Stockton Slap says, is VH Lamb going to play? I know he's questionable with a shoulder injury.
VH Lamb?
VHS Lamb.
Wouldn't it be more like cassette Lamb?
Who?
He's not DVD Lamb. He's CD
Yeah,
Lamb.
That's right. Yeah, CD Lamb.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
That's
what
a
you're
good point.
saying. Yeah.
A funnier joke would have been his 401k Lamb playing instead of a CD. But go ahead. Is he playing? I don't know.
Let me double check.
Does
for you.
anybody know?
No.
Don't care. It's not something I need to worry about.
I don't follow
It's just a matter of whether or not you're more or less correct.
Yeah.
Now, full practice for CD Lamb, he's probably playing.
There you go. It's not going to matter, but he'll be there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, those are the games on 1580, the Fanatic. Let's see here. Let's go quickly on the garbage games. The Bengals are beating the Browns. Everybody agree?
Agree.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
That Browns defense has been torn to shreds over the top, and the Bengals just throw the football and nothing else.
All right, then. Because
that's why.
Keon is talking me into it. Okay.
The Giants will be beaten by the Atlanta Falcons, even though they've benched Kirk Cousins in favor of Michael Penix Jr.
That's crazy.
It's Penix.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said it fast.
Okay.
So yeah, Falcons for the win. Detroit Lions are just gonna bleep stump the Bears and make them cry. All agree? Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed.
I
don't
agree,
know.
I agree they'll win.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be a stomping.
Oh,
just
it'll be a bleep stomp
because of like we've talked about the injuries with the Lions.
Mothers
and
will cry.
The Bears have largely been their only competitive games have been other NFC North teams.
Yep. Rams should easily take care of the Jets.
To destroy them, yeah.
Everybody agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bills putting their foot on the back of the head of the Patriots and separating their jaw on the curb of life.
Yes.
Wow. Does everyone agree?
I feel like the Patriots have done that to themselves somehow, but yes, I agree.
They lay down going, hag.
That's American History X, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, so bad. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Jacksonville 3-11, Raiders 2-12. Neither team wants to win. Now, Antonio Pierce wants them to win, but that's the only person who thinks it's a good idea to win this game.
I take Jacksonville.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm taking Jacksonville because they played the Titans earlier in the season, another game that's with two teams that didn't want to win. I watched the Jaguars try to give that game away, and they couldn't even do that right. So I'll take the Jacks.
I'm taking Jacksonville because I want the Raiders to have the first overall pick.
You know, they deserve something nice.
Yeah.
They deserve something
but it's
nice.
not nice this year.
Well,
there's a quarterback, right?
You get Shedeur or Cam.
You got to go quarterback if you're the Raiders.
You absolutely have to, yeah.
So
there's no choice there.
All right. So that's it for the garbage games. There is a pretty good afternoon game. I think it's pretty good just because how they're kind of evenly matched. Neither team I see going far in a playoff, but the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Miami Dolphins. Both teams are 6-8. The game is in Miami, Randy. All right. So very similar. Both teams with injuries, both teams with dinged up quarterbacks, both teams, we thought were going to be way better than they ended up being this season. But here they are, Miami Dolphins at home versus the 49ers. Who do you got?
Well, if Tua does not feel like he's on vacation somewhere at the Hertz rent-a-car counter, hi, I'd like to rent a car, please. This is a very nice airport we have here in Miami. Then I would probably say Miami would win this game. I think you throw a quarter up in the air and it comes tumbling down, and you call heads or tails, and that's who it is. So, Keon, what about you? How do you feel about this?
I get the feeling like this game is going to be when you throw the quarter up in the air, it's going to land on its side somehow.
Right.
This could go either way, but I'm going to take the Niners in this game.
You're going to take the Niners, okay?
The Dolphins last week had a matchup with the Texans that kind of favored them in a lot of ways. Like a lot of the Texans' offensive strengths played towards what the Miami defense did well, and they still couldn't stop them. Like that was just a failure to make the adjustment that I did not particularly like watching. So I'll go ahead and take the Niners because I just think that if you're struggling to stop the Texans and their up and down season, then I feel like Brock Purdy out there, he's not going to have a week as bad as he did a week ago. I'm taking the Dolphins. Sorry, I just got back. Any reason why? Ralph?
I'm with you. I think I'm taking the Dolphins. They both suck, but I'm going to take the Dolphins.
I feel like there's still enough injuries with the 49ers outside of Brock Purdy that Tua can make things happen with less, but he has more, to be honest, as far as wide receivers. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. That's all. And we're up against a break. And I'm out of breath because I walked across the station. Should there be New Year's resolutions? Yes. Will there be? Hell no. No. Just no. All right. We'll come back and we've got our games. 4 games left to pick. The Cardinals and the Colts and the Commandos and the Seahawks. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum.
Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable bottle shake. And now a Smith solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
In most countries of the world, Porte means door. United Porte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Looking for a gift for your kids or loved ones? Consider getting them something they'll use for the rest of their lives. An education. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan today. Contribute just $50 a month, and they'll have nearly $20,000 by graduation. Plus, your money grows tax-free and can be used for college, vocational school, or workforce training. An AZ 529 account will help them unwrap their full potential. Learn more at az529.gov.
This message is sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
No. All right, I'm changing the channel. You guys mind if I change the channel? Not of the radio station. Just I didn't realize we were just sitting here with women's. Why is there? What the hell?
That's what they play now. Yeah.
Oh, that's just the channel all the time for that. There's just the Diamondbacks logo on that channel.
Yeah.
I'll just put it there. Hey everybody, it's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We just realized there's just high school girls volleyball, so I changed the channel. So there we go.
Good idea.
All right, we're doing our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks, and listen, if you got fantasy football questions for the King, he will be with us at the 5 o'clock hour for everybody who's still in the playoffs. And we all hate you secretly, but or not even secretly, we just hate you. Let's talk about these games. We've got too little time to do it. I want to make sure that we get to the money one. We're going to do Randy's game first. The Arizona Cardinals are visiting Carolina Panthers, and man, the Carolina Panthers are pretty bad, but they are at home and they have been playing better. What do you say, Keon? Do the Carolina Panthers have any sort of an actual chance against the Arizona Cardinals?
I mean, they do have a chance. Yeah. I mean,
I know they're going to have a game,
but I mean, in terms of how competitive they've been lately, like you said, like they've played well over the last month, but they haven't been able to finish the job. And I think that that's the reason why I can't pick them, but they have a chance. I'm just taking the Cardinals because until I see the Panthers actually finish out one of these games that they're in, I just don't believe they can actually do that.
I'm taking the Cardinals because the Panthers have no chance. Ralph?
I think the Panthers are going to finish.
That's really
you're
dirty.
Just doing that out of spite.
Personally.
No, I just think the Panthers are going to finish. I think this is the game they're going to finish. And this is I think
you're really picking the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are ripe for an upset on the road. I think the Panthers win this game. I'm going to take the Panthers. Done.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, let's see what Randy thinks of his Cardinals' chances against these vicious Carolina Panthers.
Well, I mean, look, it's elementary, my dear Watson. Arizona's going to win this game easily with their eyes shut. We'll probably play second and third string guys because they need a little experience for when we launch into the playoffs, having stunningly won the wild card and Sea Chickens go home and drown their sorrows in what do you call that? Gall and what do you call that on a pirate? Give me a cup of gall. And that's what you guys will be.
What?
The Cardinals will win and the Sea Hags will go home. And this is going to be 79 to 5.5.
5.5. We got another half.
Well, you guys on Beat the Poll or whatever it is on the show there. You and Dylan, you're always talking in halves.
Nobody does that here at the station.
Right. Why do I never hear quarters? It's always halves. It's 5.5, 3.5.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
I agree
never
with you.
quarters.
Yeah.
Yes, the Cardinals win. Yeah.
So Pirates drink rum or grog?
He meant grog.
Grog. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like that guy Dusty Lickums from the Cowboys. What's his name? What's his name? I keep forgetting.
His name has changed like 3 times. It's Micah Parsons.
Micah
Dusty
Parsons.
Lickums.
That's exactly what I said.
He's the host of Beat the Poll.
Just remember.
No, that's Dylan Cohen.
Oh, I thought it was Dusty
No,
Lickums.
no,
Dusty
Dylan,
Lickums.
Dylan Cohen hosts Beat the Book.
Yeah.
Dusty Lickums is Beat the Poll.
Beat the Poll has to stay between you and your internet service provider. That's not a.
Is Lickums 2 words? Or is that 1 word?
It's one word. It's
an apostrophe.
Oh, so no apostrophe. Just Lickums.
It's just Lickums.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I was going to Google that. All right. So go Cardinals, I guess. Let's move now to my Colts. Okay. Colts are at home against the Tennessee Titans. Really, if you don't win this game, fire the coach. Seriously, because we have no reason to exist.
Fire him anyway, but yeah.
To just, maybe.
Yeah, but like fire him on the spot as opposed to at the end of the year.
I want to see a guy walk down and whisper in his ear. I want to see the look on his face look like George W. Bush when they told him about something hitting the World Trade Center. I want to have that look on the field.
Wow.
I don't care if it's the first quarter.
Sir, there's been a second firing. Oh, wait, I haven't. I wasn't fired the first time. He fired you twice at once.
All right, so but I'll let you jackals have your way with it. Ralph, Colts at home against the Titans.
I like the Colts. I mean, the Titans are reeling. They got a lot of issues. But Levis is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing in Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
I don't see him coming off the bench and being a hero, so I'm going to take the Colts.
Randy,
when Mr. Captain Mayonnaise is benched, and you've got the guy coming in, what's his name? The two concussions, Wilbur.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the blue horseshoe all day.
Keon.
Yeah, I mean
you picked the Titans. I swear to God,
the Titans are one of the 3-win football teams in the NFL that's picking around the top 5. Of course, I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah,
Titans
don't want this. They don't want this.
No,
they don't want to win.
They're tanking.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Let's move on to your game, Keon. The Philadelphia Eagles, 12-2, coming into FedEx Field, where the Washington Commandos were looking great, and then not as great lately, but they're still good. They're still competent. Ralph, are you going to give the Commandos the nod at home versus the Eagles, or is this going to be another L for those?
Yeah, I can't. The Eagles are the Eagles are playing so well. They're fighting for the number 1 seed. I mean, they're right there. So I just like everything the Eagles are doing. I love Barkley had a bad game last week. I think he rebounds this week and has a big game.
You saw what happened when he had a bad game. Jalen Hurts was able to step up and have a good game. So it all works together.
Maybe they'll find a balance this week. I don't know. I mean, but I respect what the Commanders have done this season. I think they're definitely not what they were at the beginning of the season. People have kind of figured them out a little bit. But they're still a great team with a great future. But I like the Eagles in this game.
By the way, that's the scary team in the NFC.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy.
Look, the Eagles have the best offensive line in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I think their defense is coming on strong towards the end of the season, kind of peaking at the right time. Give me the Eagles to win. Sorry, Keon. I really wanted the Commandos to win this game, but I don't think it's going to happen this time.
All right. Well, Keon, your team. Washington Commandos. You picking them to win?
No.
Okay.
I think I agree with Randy.
And moving right along.
I don't pick them to win. Like the Philadelphia Eagles have the #1 defense in football, and they play like it. It looks like it. Even when they're bad offensively, the defense bails them out. The Washington Commanders, like their offense, which is a top 3 offense, but it's built around the run, and you just can't run on these Eagles. Like they just don't allow you to do that. And the last time they played, the Commanders couldn't get ahead of the chains because they couldn't get those big rushes on 1st and 2nd down that give them the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 that they like to be dominant on. I just don't see them beating Philly. I hate to say it, hurts my feelings, but I don't see it.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Ralph, I'm not sorry. Vikings are going to completely defeather the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons. That's just a fact. Fact of life. It's happening in Seattle. On Sunday afternoon. The Vikings are just too much for your team to handle. That's fact. It's just factual. Randy, you have more facts?
Well, I mean, I think that Seahawks have not gotten beat up here recently. I mean, they've got 2 running backs out now, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, the 14th.
Still not sure.
He's out, and their defense, although it's been very prevalent the last several weeks in the NFL. I think at one point, wasn't it the #1 defense in the league for like the past 10 games or something? But anyway, their offense was really humming along there until they got hurt. So I got to take Minnesota in this one, and just to be, a shrewd picker.
Okay. Keon, Vikings?
Yeah, I've got the Vikings. I just think that the Vikings offense is playing at a high enough level that regardless of what's happening on the defensive side of the ball, which is inconsistent, but the defense gets them turnovers. But like offensively, there are just so many options for Darnold to choose from, the way they run the ball, the multiple receiving options. And I do think that, Gino's going to play, but I don't know that he's 100%.
The Vikings are going to defeather the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons. And Ralph, you really want to be good at picks, like me. If you really want to be good at picks, you pick with your brain, not your heart.
Let me pick with my brain then.
Go ahead and pick with your brain.
So you're not giving enough credit to Seattle's defense.
Oh my God!
If you watched the game last week, what happened? So they destroyed Seattle's defense in that first half. What happened in the second half? Seattle completely shut them down. Right? They made their adjustments because a coach that can make adjustments does, and they shut them down. They're going to give Darnold fits. We still got to remember who this is.
And the Vikings may have coach of the year right there.
Okay. I'm not saying he's not, but we got to remember who Sam Darnold is, right? He's going to throw picks. Seattle's going to make it hard on him to find his receivers. I'm not saying he's not going to ever find them, but he will make it hard on him. They will stop the run. They will not be able to run on Seattle. Okay, so the defense will play their game, and I think they'll be fine. The scary part is, how hurt is Gino? I know Gino's a stud, and he wants to play no matter what. My personal preference is he probably should sit this week, but he's going to go out and gut it out. And if Kenneth Walker or Charbonnet can't play, that leaves it to Kenny McIntosh. Still a good running back, but hasn't really played much this year. You've got to have one of those guys in this game for Seattle to win. If one of those guys plays, Seattle wins this game. If they don't, Seattle loses this game, in my opinion. So that's what it comes down to. I'm going to assume that one of them plays, and I'll take Seattle because Seattle will run all over this defense. There's no doubt about it, and they will throw all over them. But if one of those guys does not play, you have to take the Vikings. And Seattle hasn't been getting home. They haven't been getting home at all this year.
Did you know ASU has more touchdowns in that stadium than the Seattle Seahawks?
No, they don't. And Seattle's
don't quote me on this.
Seattle's bad at home this year. They're 3-5.
I do think that Seattle's having like a really, really good defensive season. I'm personally not discounting them, but I think you are overlooking the Vikings defense a little bit. It's not a great pass defense. It's the second rushing defense.
But look what the Bears rushing did against them last week. Bears with a terrible offensive line went off on them.
In the second half, in more garbage time.
It was not only garbage time. It was throughout the whole game. They were running on.
Wait, I had a thing here. Who's not hurt? I thought all your running backs are hurt.
No, we're not talking. I'm saying
you're talking about the.
No, he's making he's making a comment about their defense, and we're just talking about running. I said if one of those guys plays, I think Kenneth Walker would have a field day against that defense.
Injuries for the Seahawks.
I know.
Geno Smith feeling better. Kenneth Walker III. Not good.
He's been out 2 weeks.
Zach Charbonnet. Not good. DK Metcalf. Not good.
Metcalf will play.
Brady Russell's got a foot issue. Knee problem. Defensive end Leonard Williams has got a foot issue.
Yeah, he's had it all.
Trey Brown, the cornerback, hamstring. And tight end Noah Fant, knee problem. Yeah. Linebacker Ernest Jones, the fourth. knee problem. Linebacker Trevis Gibson, ankle. Your team is busted.
But that's every NFL team right now. I mean, that's not just Seattle. But my question to you is, what do they have Olu listed as the center? Is he?
I can't even say it.
The Bears rushed for 113 yards against the
For
Vikings.
the Bears, that's good.
Yeah, but that's not running all over
They
that
had
defense.
70-something yards against them in the first half, right? And then they abandoned the run because they were trying to come back.
You know, you say a lot of
I
smart
just-
things
it
about a
just-
lot of
it just
things,
doesn't-
but never about the Seahawks.
I'm saying that
your Seahawks.
I said they'll lose without a good running back. What did I just say? I said if those guys don't play, they lose.
I'm just saying it. Of course, if you abandon the run, that's part of the defense stopping the team. I just personally, I don't think that the Bears, what they did last week, qualifies as running all over the Vikings.
Moist One says if Geno can stay out of the red zone, I like the Hawks' chances.
He makes a fair point. He's got 4 picks in the end zone this year.
For
That's a
whatever
fair
reason,
point.
you get inside of 20 yards, and Geno's like, time to throw it to the other team.
Outside the 20, he's a beast.
Why? No one knows why.
Yeah, not even him.
You tell him, Keon, says Amaya D. Bronco Bully says Colts, Cardinals, Commanders for all the marbles. What marbles? What are you talking about?
Marbles?
I don't understand what you're saying. Are you picking them? Is that what you're doing? Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
Do we changed games now? We're playing marbles?
I was pretty good at marbles. when I was a
Listen,
kid.
if we're playing marbles, Kyler Murray's kicking all y'all's asses because he's the closest to the ground.
Already down there.
He is a
Already
marble,
down there.
Right? He's like a little marble.
Yeah, his neck's not going to hurt. His legs are fine.
I'm just saying.
Got very short limbs.
Irish for me says Indiana deserves a lot of credit, but Notre Dame will win. Go Irish. Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Bryce Young is taller than Kyler by a 1/6 of an inch. So, Panthers all the way. Penisher says Ralph sounds like he belongs to a Seahawks cult. Can't be convinced of anything logical. That's kind of what I'm saying. All right, guys, we got to take this break. Hour 2 is done and 3 is next. Get your fantasy football questions ready.
Good morning, Beat Freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up, you check the odds one more time, place the bet only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of SportTrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the SportTrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinning wheels. Live bets on SportTrade are instantly accepted. Download SportTrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
SportTrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Porte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hidden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And, okay, I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. Alongside Randy White, we got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph, how come your video's not on?
It's went off? Okay.
It's like, fine, I don't need to see you, but Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us, and the rest of you are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. We're trying to get Scott, the fantasy football king, Ingle on the line. We're hoping there hasn't been a misunderstanding.
I think there might have been.
Yeah, and we're gonna. I know there's not gonna be tons of questions, but there'll be some questions from people who are in the fantasy football playoffs. Not me, not Randy,
no,
not Keon, not anybody that matters.
Ralph,
and there's Ralph. Yeah. Well, Shooter McGavin's on the line there, and he's got a question. So go ahead and text your questions in. Keon is trying to track him down there. And
I mean, I can answer them, considering the fact that I'm the only one in the room that's actually.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof. Let me take a look at your team.
I mean, this is the first time we've all been in the same room in a year.
Has it been? I don't know. I thought it was longer.
I think it's been a year. Last Christmas, right?
I don't keep track.
I mean,
I don't keep track of that sort of thing. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. So you got the number one guy that you're playing against this week.
Yeah, he's tough.
Golden Rules.
He's very tough.
Now, keep in mind, Ziggy is the guy who won last year. So
he's playing the other game.
Right. So if you win against Golden Rules, which I don't have any reason to believe you will, but if you do,
wow,
you probably
well, no, because he's playing Thundar, and I think Thundar has Josh Allen.
I'm rooting for Thundar, by the way.
But Josh Allen, he's been going awfully.
Nothing personal towards,
Golden
Ziggy.
Rules.
No, Ziggy.
Oh, Ziggy.
Yeah. But Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, the number 7 team.
That'll teach Ziggy for beating me in the quarterfinals.
I'm glad you're not in the playoffs.
Thundar is 8-6.
Why are you glad I'm
Because
not?
you beat me every time we play.
Well,
it never failed. I don't know what you've got going on.
Maybe it's your karma.
Maybe, but I can't beat you.
It could be your karma.
I don't think I've beaten you in last 3 seasons.
I don't know about that.
You beat me by a 0.1 last.
Wait a minute. If you win the league, Ralph,
What a hell of a way to get beat.
if you win the league, are you getting the money?
Of course. I'm not like you guys. I can care less. I'm taking it.
Here,
we would give it to second place.
So, Keon, we got him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is, he's not going to be able to be on as long.
Oh, that's fine. We probably don't have that many questions because it's the playoffs. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
We got Scott, the fantasy football king Ingle, senior writer for rotoballer.com, official fantasy writer for Seahawks.com. Catch him on the Rotoballer on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio. What time do you got to go so I don't make you late?
I got about 10 minutes.
All right. Then we'll take about 10 minutes. So how are you doing with your playoffs?
Eliminated in half of them and still alive in half of them. I'm a black and white cookie.
Yeah. I've got
to the cookies, said Jerry Seinfeld.
I got to get more to my cookies because I only played in one fantasy football league. So once that's over, it's just nothing but sadness.
Yeah.
But we got people on the text line who are still in their playoffs. we got 14 daily blender fantasy football leagues, and people listening, I'm sure, have other leagues. So the questions are just rolling in. I guess we might as well just get right to it. I guess unless Ralph is the only one who has survived into the playoffs here with the Daily Blender Premier League. So do you have a question for?
Yeah, I have a question. Mahomes or Cooper Rush?
What kind of a terrible question?
I'm dead
is that?
serious because Mahomes is hurt.
Wow, comedy to start the week.
Are you worried? My real question is: are you worried about Mahomes this week?
He's off the injury report.
Okay, so I know your status on that. When they're off, they're good. All right.
Yeah.
Done. I don't want to talk anymore.
I don't think I'd start Cooper Rush on him if Mahomes had a leg cut off.
Yeah. And then you'd be like, how much of the leg? Right?
All of it.
I need specifics.
All right. So let's get to it. Shooter McGavin says Juwan Jennings or Tyreek Hill?
Hill hasn't been good. Neither has Purdy. I have Hill ranked high. I have Hill ranked 2 spots higher, but if you want to go with Jennings, there's more upside.
There you go. Kyle G says for tight end and flex spots, says I got Kittle, Jonnu Smith, Juwan Jennings. Which 2 should I play?
I would bench Jennings there. I mean, he can't bench Kittle. He's just been too good. And Jonnu Smith's been having a high floor. He's actually becoming the number 2 pass catcher for the Dolphins.
All right. Oaktown Destroyer says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Mr. the King.
Hello.
Running back, Tyjae Spears or Kareem Hunt?
Spears. Can't play Hunt right now.
And he says, I could play 3 receivers, Mooney, T. Higgins, Bateman for Baltimore, or Smith and Jigba. So basically, which one of those shouldn't he play?
We don't know yet because Higgins and Bateman are both injured, and you'll have to wait till Friday practice reports come and ask again on Sunday when I'm on.
All right. Bite Mike.
Too early for the decision to be made based on the injuries to Bateman and Higgins.
Got it. Bite My Kebab says he has 3 questions. Okay, be greedy.
Okay, one at a time.
Yep. Well, no, I'm going to do them all at the same time, Scott. Number 1 for quarterback, Jordan Love, Bo Nix, or Jaden Daniels?
I go with Love against the Saints and defense will spend a lot of time on the field.
Number 2, need to pick a couple of running backs, 2 of them. Barkley, Jacobs, or Jones?
I don't think you can ever sit Barkley and Jacobs, no matter regardless of the matchup.
And then number 3, I need to pick 2 wide receivers, Sutton, A.J. Brown, or Evans?
A.J. Brown and Evans every week.
All right, there you go.
Sounds like he's in like a 3-team league and he needs more friends.
Yeah. That's that was a very a very telling group of questions.
Justin Jefferson or Monroe St. Brown? Don't know. Should I start Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts? I got both.
Bite My Kebab is he's probably a 4-team league. Yeah. Hefty Lefty says I got to sit 1, and I got my thinky wheel going here. Let's see. He says Jay Myers, Addison, or Jay Williams. Sit 1.
Kobe Myers, Addison, Jamison Williams. I'd probably go Myers there. That's big. He's got a good floor, but I just feel like the others have more upside.
All right, so sit Myers.
Yeah.
Jonesy says, hey, King, I think it might be time to admit JSN took over as number 1 receiver in Seattle.
Number 1 fantasy receiver. DK Metcalf is still the one defenses build their game plans around for JSN to get open so often. So in terms of fantasy production, yeah. In real life, DK is the number 1 in terms of who defensive coordinators prepare for.
Whenever you guys call him JSN, it sounds like some news network. This is JSN.
Breaking news from JSN. DK Metcalf is still the number 1 live here from Seattle.
Wow. That was good.
Raven Kid says Ford, Brian Robinson, or Rico Dowdle.
Tough between Ford and Dowdle, but I like Ford's matchup. The Bengals have allowed the most fantasy points to running backs over the last 4 weeks.
I don't know if full PPR matters to that answer, but that's what he also says.
It does, because Ford's versatile. He catches passes. He's got an inexperienced quarterback who's going to flip the ball out of the backfield.
Moist one says, defense, Bengals or Colts?
That's a tough one. But the Colts are the better unit, but going against Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I got to go with Cincinnati.
There you go. Going, yes, with the Bengals. Choro says,
Engels.
Engels?
Engels.
Choro says, Freiermuth or Strange, because Pickens is out.
Strange for sure. Excellent matchup against the Raiders. 30s in fantasy points per game allowed to tight ends, coming up an 11-catch game.
All right. Beer Nuts has a handful of questions. Says, Daniels, Stroud, or Wilson as my starting quarterback. I think he means Stroud.
Don't like the matchups for any of them, but you got to lean towards Daniels. He's the best quarterback. It doesn't sound good when you said Beer Nuts has a handful.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Mr. Beer Nuts also asks, Addison Demon or the guy from Jacksonville Jaguars. What?
Addison
Excuse
Demon?
me? Says Addison Demon or the guy from Jacksonville Jaguar.
I don't know who Beeman is.
Now we're going to pass that question. He says, or Metcalf, top three.
I don't know who Beeman is, so.
I think Beer Nuts got.
Wasn't that Willie Beeman? Was he in a movie or something?
Oh, yeah. It's a Death of a Salesman, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sit him, I guess.
Yeah, you sit the Death of a Salesman, Beer Nuts. And please drink responsibly.
He means he probably means Bateman. So Bateman met. Well, we don't know if Bateman's playing or not yet.
Let's see here. I'm trying to read this. Unnamed texter says Caleb Williams or Bo Nix.
Bo Nix for sure. Can't play Caleb Williams the way he's been going.
All right. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, thank you.
Welcome.
Moist one says, happy holidays, Mr. the King, and go Hawks.
Same to you.
Dr. Danger says, should I start Sam Darnold or Stafford?
I'm going to go with Darnold. I don't like the matchup for either one of them, but Darnold's got more upside.
Then he says, start Wilson or Jenkins?
Jenkins.
Who the hell's Jenkins? You mean Russ Wilson or some other Wilson?
He was a pitcher for the Chicago Cubs in 1970.
Leroy Beer Nut says, I'm driving. Thyman. It's just getting more. Stop trying to text Beer Nuts.
Yeah, just stop it.
Moist one says, start or sit Latina Leprechaun.
Oh, geez.
Excuse me?
Don't
say where.
Yeah.
Definitely start.
Yeah. Shooter McGavin says, for kicker, you like Lutz or McLaughlin?
I have Lutz ranked higher. You might get more extra points out of McLaughlin and field goals this week against Dallas.
Raven Kid says, I need 2 of these 4 quarterbacks in a super flex. Okay. Kyler, Mahomes, Geno, Darnold.
I'm going to go with Kyler and Darnold. I didn't realize he was on a first-name basis with Kyler. He must know him personally. Going against the Panthers and Darnold for a pretty good statistical floor.
There you go, Raven Kid. Baker's Cocky Hen says Herbert or Nix?
Nix.
All right. The unnamed texter says text name request bear down baby. No.
Denied.
I'm just never going to get into the habit of saying bear down anything. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to think of a new one. Normally, we're very easy when people decide they want texter nicknames. But I'm never saying that again. Yeah, I know, Jonesy, I said it, but I had to say it so they knew that I'm never going to say it again.
Yeah. And you did say you didn't want to get into the habit of saying it. So
right.
every once in a while, to explain it, you can say it.
Yeah. It's not like saying Beetlejuice. I mean, it's not like all of a sudden these a-hole U of A guys are going to pop up. Well, I mean, except for yourself.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding, unnamed texter who'll probably never text back. Dr. Danger says, I'm sorry. What I meant was start Wilson or Jennings.
Oh, well, if it's a super flex spot, Garrett Wilson or Jennings? Definitely Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. Oaktown Destroyer says, Dicker the kicker or McLaughlin?
I'm going to go with Dicker. Like I said, you might get a lot of extra points from McLaughlin this weekend instead of field goals.
Have we worn out our welcome? Is the time up now, Scott, Mr.
You guys have never worn out your welcome. When I'm on with you, I feel like I wish we did an entire show together, but I do.
You got a court date?
Calls.
Yeah, you got a court date. That's understandable. Moistlin wants to know leather or lace. Okay, that's it. We're stopping. We're stopping.
Easy now.
He did choose lace. Oh. All right. Well, if you didn't get your questions,
Latino Leprechaun.
Yeah, she is not texted in today. I don't know what happened.
No,
man,
no.
I think I did find something out you're not going to like. She is married.
I guess
she's married.
Okay.
He's like, I thought it was going to be a bad thing. Yeah, no problem.
I know you told me on his way. He's on the way over to my house with a hat. Oh, that'd be bad news.
Oh, she's here. Latina Leprechaun says, hi, my liege, my king. Would you start Kyler Murray or Patrick Mahomes this week?
Whatever your husband says to start. Kyler Murray, great matchup.
Oh, I think we've ruined his day.
Apparently it's not a good marriage. So,
okay. Choro says Harrison Jr., McMillan, or Coleman.
McMillan for sure. Great matchup.
Okay. Baker's Cocky Hen says Broncos or Chargers. Money line.
On the money line?
Yeah.
That's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Denver, better team.
And the last question we're going to have, Killer Rabbit says, do you trust Harrison Butker?
It's a kicker. If you don't trust him, you just use somebody else. But
he's asking if you trust him.
Good when he's in there.
Do you trust him right now? Would you play him?
Yeah.
There you go.
It all depends on what your other options are.
Yeah. Killer Rabbit, kickers aren't real football players. So we can't get too deep on that.
Yeah, well, ask all the teams that lost to Kansas City because of that.
Well, I didn't say that they're not necessary. I'm just saying they're not real football players. That's all. Listen, have a great time. Thank you for the time we did steal from you there. Latina Leprechaun says, yes, I am married. Sorry, Mr. the King, but you'll be the first to know if things go south.
Okay. Got my info.
I think you just brightened his day right there. Okay.
All right.
Well, happy holidays, everyone. So we're going to let you go, and then we're going to take a break too. And when we come back, we'll have more. But hey, thank you, Scott, and we'll talk soon.
Anytime. It's always a lot of fun.
All right. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Brought to you by GBank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Milwaukee Bucks are the semifinals of the NBA Emirates Cup in Las Vegas. Bucks are a 3.5-point favorite over the Atlanta Hawks. 229.5 the total. And the other semifinal, Oklahoma City laying 6 against Houston. The total 213. Romeo Dobbs, a full participant in practice yesterday. He hopes to be back from a concussion and play Sunday night where the Green Bay Packers visit the Seattle Seahawks as a 3-point road favorite. The total 45.5. The Seahawks in first place of the NFC West. They have won 4 consecutive games. Packers are 9-4.
I'm Chuck Sanders on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's fall football on The Fanatic. Catch all the live game play-by-play, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday day and night NFL games, plus the Saturday NCAA football game of the week. It's all right here on the Valley's home for football. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GARAGE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GARAGE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller. And Miller reverses it up and in. And he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
We put you so close to the game, you can almost smell the sweat.
Ooh, awkward.
GCU basketball is live on the Fanatic.
Thursday night, GCU returns home to the Global Credit Union Arena to take on Chicago State. Tip time is 7 p.m.
Michael Potter and Paul Coro have the call live for GCU basketball on 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Huh. What's that, Raven Kid? The Bees in Action update's a week old? What's going on with that? He says, yeah, the NBA Cup semis were last weekend, and the Seahawks played the Packers last Sunday? Huh. Can we check that, please? Thank you.
It did check it.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
What played? Might want to listen to it.
I did. That's how
Let's do it in the system. See if we got an issue or something. Moist one says, I will take the Milwaukee Bucks. Dobbs to score a touchdown and the Packers to win. Thanks, Action Network. Yeah, I whatever aired is quite elderly. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I trust Butker's wife to make a good meal. She better, if she knows what's good for her. Hefty Lefty says, what defense is ranked higher this week? The Denver's defense or the Chargers?
Go to rollerballer.com and look.
They do rankings of defenses?
In Rotoballer, he does them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hefty, he's already gone.
I feel like if you go to rotoballer.com, you could probably find out.
Let's see. According to
why I know that.
Randy always has the best advice.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
According to the Rotoballer rankings.
And there it is again. See, that name just keeps popping up.
Denver's ranked higher.
Denver's ranked higher. He just wanted to hear us say that out loud. That's what I think.
Rotoballer?
No. Denver being ranked higher.
Hell of a texter name, wasn't it?
Rotoballer?
Yeah, why don't we have a Rotoballer?
Rotoballer says.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but that's a brand name, so we can't have that. You can be a Roboballer.
They don't own that.
Rotoballer? Yeah, that's a trademark.
Sure.
Yeah. What about Rotoballs?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What about Rotoballs?
Rotobalzer?
Robot balls.
Spell it with a Z.
Well,
balls with a
when
Z.
I say things out loud,
yeah,
you don't know there's a Z. So probably not.
It's true.
Probably not a good idea.
All right. Balls with
I
a
guess
Z
unless I went buzz. Definitely not that one, moist one. Why would I get Roto Ball?
Yeah.
Zzz. You just don't need to add the word liquor at the end. You just don't need it. No. We're not doing that.
It'd be IQUER.
No, I'm still not doing that.
Okay.
Rollerball hiker.
Well, I have. I'm going to be honest.
No, he said liquor.
I thought that the fantasy football king would have been here longer than that. I don't know where we got our wires crossed. I don't know who could have probably said something to him to make him think
apparently not
the wrong thing.
He thinks he's coming on my show this week.
He said something came up, so it wasn't.
What's more important than us?
Any
No, I
number
think
of family issues.
I think you're missing what Keon says. He's saying something came up. Notice how he was talking about Latina leprechaun, and something came up. And he had to go.
That is not what I meant, but
See what I mean?
I feel like that's what he meant.
That's just not what I meant. But that's
I read right into it.
Now that's just awkward.
You
Exactly.
definitely did
I
that.
should have let him go sooner.
I mean, she is married.
Yeah, it's none of my business. None of my business. So I got a bunch of random crap to talk about.
All right, let's do
Just
it.
random stuff. I don't even know what's in this pile. I'll be honest. I always keep a little something extra, but, on the just in case. You know what I mean? Like this story. It talks about Travis Kelce's production plummeted to a career low, 8.4 yards per catch. But when I hear that, I think that's not bad. Is that bad?
No,
that seems pretty good. To plummet to, when you love to plummet to 8.4 yards a catch. I mean, granted, he used to average between 12.2 and 13.5 yards per catch.
That's a big drop.
Yeah, he was an automatic first down, but 8.4 is not too bad. I mean,
did you say why?
He can't walk 2 more yards to, I don't understand why he's having like I said, I still think 8.4 yards per catch. All right, not as good as it used to be. Sure. Every other NFL player with at least 75 catches this season averages 10 yards a catch, but it's not like he's not like a cadaver. Okay. He's, and the playoffs is when he starts to pop and shine, and that's what he did last year. So
I have a theory.
Yeah, okay.
Remember Ernest Borgnine, Rocky's trainer back in Rocky 1? And he said, Rocky, The Rock, forget about the women. They're hard on the legs. They're hard on the legs, Rock.
That wasn't Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, sure it was.
That was Humphrey Bogart.
It's Humphrey Bogart?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think Ernest Borgnine came along later. You're right, in the franchise.
When Humphrey died.
Yeah. What was they? Rock, hey, you're a bum. You gotta stay away from the women. They're hard on the legs, Rock. See what I'm saying?
So you're saying because Travis Kelce is
Travis honky tonkin' banonka donkin'
with the Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's hard on the legs.
She's hard on the legs. Hard on the legs, Rock. See what I mean? I think that right there should tell you all you need to know about the drop in production.
I feel like the production is going to come back.
I think it
in
is.
the playoffs.
I think it is.
You got Patrick Mahomes, who's a little dinged up. So
yeah.
now a lot of these receivers are going to be having to do more to help him out. Now, does that happen now, or does that happen when the playoffs start?
Playoffs, and what'll happen is the team will contact Taylor. They'll reach out to her and say, Taylor, we're really sorry. You're going to have to wait until after the Super Bowl.
Can we go back to?
We need her to go on tour for a while.
Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine.
That was not me.
No, we already told you.
I told you it's Humphrey Bogart.
It was Humphrey Bogart.
Burgess Meredith.
And then,
it's not the mom from Family Ties.
No, you're
Burgess
wrong.
Meredith.
No,
yes, it is.
Meredith
didn't even look
Baxter?
like her.
No way.
Ernest Borgnine was McHale's
No
Navy.
way.
No, he
That was
was the
McHale's Navy.
co-pilot in Airwolf.
That's right.
Best TV show ever.
He was the engineer for Airwolf.
He was McHale's Navy.
He was the engineer on Airwolf.
Burgess Meredith played Nick.
By the way,
no,
I don't think anybody really believe that crap where I'm a badass helicopter pilot who plays the cello by the lake. What the hell are you doing? What are you pissing off the Bears?
You
there.
mean the pilot?
Yeah.
What was his name? Old
Jan
Spiffy
Michael
Robertson?
Brady.
Yeah,
it's Jan Brady.
That's it. Jan Brady.
Playing
I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
There was that
Pretty
shot
sure
in the
it was.
intro where he's just sitting there crying and playing the cello, and the Bears were just angry.
Well, he was sort of like a hippie because wasn't he in like one of those hippie movies back in the day?
Yeah, but his character wasn't.
Well, I think so. That's why he plays the cello and cries.
This is the definition of misinformation.
What?
I feel like everything we've said has been 100% true, and you're just mad. You're just mad about it.
Keon is in the control room right now,
not knowing what you're saying,
madly typing away on the Google, fact checking us right now.
This is Travis Kelce's worst season. That's a fact.
Fact.
He is down to 8.4 yards per catch. Fact.
Okay, got 2 facts. Go for it. Everything else you said was a
It
lie.
is not Taylor Swift's fault.
It's women hard
it's
on the
not.
legs.
It's not.
Fact.
No, that's no.
Well, it depends on the woman.
The Rock.
It's not her fault.
And Burgess,
No.
Ernest Borgnine said so.
I told you it was Humphrey Bogart.
And it was Humphrey Bogart. Fact.
No.
I don't think this has anything to do with Taylor Swift.
It could have a little bit to do with her.
Nah, I mean,
They're hard on
I
the
mean,
right. They're hard on the
it
legs.
doesn't have anything to do with her. Most NFL tight ends start declining around 33 years old. He's 35.
Most
Like,
NFL players
well,
decline
and
when they
he's-
get married. So
well, they're not even married yet.
They're
But
not-
for him to
yeah.
be letting himself go,
I still blame
but
Sierra
also
for Russell Wilson.
the
unless
fact-
unless he's knocked her up. My wife says anytime a player knocks up their wife or girlfriend, that deteriorates their play.
That's a good point.
I can see that.
See, Ralph.
But she don't look at all
I
pregnant.
agree with that.
She doesn't look
Yeah.
pregnant
Looks a
at
little
all.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Just a bump.
Well, she's like uber skinny.
She's been eating with Travis and his brother all the time, so of course she's gonna have a bump. That doesn't mean it's a baby.
Could be a baby.
Travis
Yeah, it could be.
Travis got 2 more years before declining than most NFL tight ends get. I don't. That's what's happening.
I still
He's-
say
he's
it's
35.
Well, then why is Mahomes
women are
declining?
hard on the legs.
Huh?
Why is Mahomes declining?
Mahomes isn't declining.
He's having this is probably his worst year.
He's just getting his ass
I
kicked.
think last year's probably more his worst year, but also Isaiah Pacheco's been gone most of the year. Rashi Rice is his number 1 receiver. He's been gone most of the year. The offensive line has
He gets
basically-
depressed because he knows he has to go home to that wife of his.
they-
His brother, his brother.
Again,
What's wrong with his wife?
Again, women are hard on the legs.
Yeah, she's hard on the legs.
They've shuffled that offensive line around. They have their guy that was originally their starting right tackle. He's playing left guard because he's the only person who can do it. Like the Chiefs offense is banged up.
Yeah, it is.
You know, they're just now getting back. Who were we talking about earlier in the show at wide receiver?
Well, we were talking about Jen Michael Vincent and Ernest Borgnine and Humphrey Bogart.
No, wasn't Saquon Worthy.
Did you ever watch Airwolf?
I never watched.
Such a good show. That is such a good show.
1 year, didn't you get Airwolf from the holiday party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the holiday party. Some listener gave it to me.
Oh, the listener gave
in
it
my
to you.
office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was Burgess in that?
No, it was Jan Michael Vincent.
Don't be a child. Baker's Cocky Hen says Taylor Swift is baking him homemade Pop-Tarts. That can't be helpful. Also, he has to listen to her all day long. You'd think that that would help you take out some frustration on Sundays, though. I don't know. Maybe he's having his best blocking season because of her.
Must you sing every time we do this? I mean, yeah. I can see
You might be onto something. Liquid Courage says Burgess Meredith was in Grumpier Old Men. Take the skin boat to Tuna Town. Oh, that's right. I loved him in Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. That was such a good movie.
He was in Red too.
Red?
Red.
What's Red?
It had Bruce Willis.
it was that spy movie.
He was in there?
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Wow, I thought he'd been dead by then.
Morgan. No.
Holy cow.
Oh, no. He's not dead right now.
Morgan
He's dead
Freeman, John
Bruce
Malkovich.
Willis?
No, Burgess Meredith.
Oh, Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, he's got to be
He
dead.
was strangled to death one night by his eyebrow. Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up. Yeah.
I believe you. I've
Right
seen
next
them.
to-
I've
next
seen
to
them
JD
eyebrows.
Vance on the couch. There's that one. Yeah, right there.
Swuzman says, thanks to Sport Trade, I won a second probability contest and got a second $100 gift card from Amazon Plus. My balance in my Sport Trade account is now $122.
Wow.
That could be good.
Did they also pay you to jump on the text line and do that commercial like right now?
right this second.
That's why he's got
feel like
$122.
There's a show where we would prefer to talk about it there on account of they sponsored that show, but that's fine. That's fine.
I'll mark this unread for you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been nicer to have that text 3 hours ago.
Yep. Choro says the Chiefs need a rest. They've been on 5 years of playoff runs.
It does get tiring.
That is true.
You are playing more football games in a year than everybody else.
That is true. Yeah.
I'm rooting for him.
I'm not.
I want to see him win it again.
I don't see Josh Allen losing this year.
So he's already lost.
He's on a different planet.
No,
Josh Allen is already lost.
Yeah,
I see them winning the Super Bowl.
I don't see Josh Allen
2
slowing
games,
down
right?
at all.
Is it 2 or 3?
But I've seen that Bills defense.
3 games. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's lost
You're
3
right.
games this year.
Three times.
They remind me of the Broncos from 2013, right? Just like score on will, but they just couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
The Bills this year remind me of the Broncos
like,
from 2013.
like the Bills lost the game that Josh Allen threw 3 touchdowns and ran for 3 more.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that's not a team to me that wins the Super Bowl.
They'll probably be there though.
Anybody knows it's getting a little chilly in here?
It's getting chilly. It's been chilly since we started. I have frostbite. I've been telling you.
Probably need to do something.
Ralph's going to lose a.
Ralph's pulling icicles out of his nose at the break.
Ralph's going to be like
in here.
He's going to be like Dion before it's all over.
Randy knows better. He's got a jacket. He's ready.
Yeah, I should have brought my snow jacket. I didn't realize.
You should always go jacket off. In here.
Oh yeah,
I go jacket off all the time.
I know.
Yeah. Latina Leprechaun says that's ridiculous. Women are not to blame for the decline of play in Mahomes and Kelsey. It's their lavish lifestyle causing the weight gain.
Weight gain.
Wait, well, no one said anything about weight gain. But
Yeah, neither of them have really put on any weight.
No, Taylor.
No.
Taylor,
she's thicker.
Ralph thinks there's a bump there. I don't think
No,
so.
there is. She's thicker.
I don't think it's a baby. I think it's a corn dog.
Those ridiculous outfits that she wears, you can see that she shows that bump now.
Oh, I don't.
They're
I
ridiculous.
haven't seen
I
it.
think she's.
No
I
idea.
think she's El Prego.
You think so?
I think she is.
Let me look it up.
I don't know whose
Probably,
it is either.
Probably not.
Wow.
It might be one of the dancers.
Stockton slaps.
Oh, maybe not.
Ralph, let me explain to you how the dancers work. That's probably not one of the dancers. Yeah, I hate to break it to you.
I knew it the minute he said it. Man.
Just
the minute it came out, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yep,
that just got absurd.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Stockton Slap says Travis Kelce knocks up his girls. Kareem Hunt knocks his girls out. Both are hard on the legs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Travis Kelce doesn't have any kids.
I
don't think so.
According to Reuters,
That
we know about.
according to Reuters, just a few like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And the question is out there: Taylor Swift pregnant? And Chiefs fans are all saying the same thing, but there's no evidence of Taylor Swift announcing pregnancy.
No.
Announcing.
I don't think she is.
Look at her; she does look pregnant.
A photo depicting her with a baby bump
How
is
do you
altered.
know? Are you just the lady in
Because
church
I've made
that's
people
like,
pregnant before. I know what it looks like.
She's got the glow. Is that what?
She's got the glow.
So wait, you got one person pregnant, so
I
you
didn't
know
say
what
that.
all
I
pregnant
did
women
not
look
say
like.
that, and I will not talk about it anymore.
Okay.
I'm surprised he's got anybody pregnant. And then I got even more surprised that it was more than once. That's the shocker.
3 that I know of.
Choro says Ralph's got some strange fantasies. That ain't a lie. Latina Leprechaun says Taylor Swift is not pregnant. A woman has a crease in her shirt, and then oh my God, everybody thinks she's pregnant.
Heck of a crease.
Harley's Hammond. I can't read that. Harley's Hammer. Just stop it. Let's see. Swazman says sport trade means business. Says that should be their logo. Okay. He says they also sent me an iPad because my phone was acting up with Android.
What?
Is he getting paid?
Wait, hold on. I have an Android. They never sent me an iPad.
You're doing a show.
Did I need to complain?
Swazman, I think, is like what do they call them? Elephants, or what they a whale? He's a whale.
We have to have a conversation with
Wait, in the gambling world,
Keon's a whale?
No, Swazman is a whale.
Oh,
like the gambling term, like when you're a big deal.
Oh,
a big deal.
Oh,
as a
When
gambler.
you're a big spender.
Some reason
When you got $122 in your account, they send you an iPad.
Especially when your account started with
Wow.
$1,000. Yeah.
Even if $100 of the dollars were given to you by the.
I don't understand how their business model works, but I'm interested now.
You have our attention.
Choro says, how many baby mamas Ralph got? 1.
Yeah.
How many women has Ralph ever?
What did he say? How many have I
One.
been with? Yeah, right. Yes, just one. Yeah.
Moist One says, heck of a crease. Ralph
my-
knows how to talk dirty, doesn't he?
Forgot my wife.
Oh.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, what the hell is Amazon Plus? Never even heard of that. That sounds made up.
That is made up. It's
What is
Prime.
Amazon?
It's Amazon
Yeah,
Prime,
is it?
right?
Amazon
Is there a
Prime.
plus?
Apple Plus is the
Oh, it's Apple Plus.
plus one. Yeah.
Art Stanton wants to know, better show, Airwolf, A-Team, Knight Rider.
Ooh.
A-Team.
First season of A-Team.
Yeah.
But after that, it got dumb as hell.
That first season.
Can I
was
tell
really
you why? When they originally made A-Team, people were supposed to die. You know what I mean? You shoot somebody to die. But then they got a memo from the network saying, oh, we got kids watching this, so nobody can ever die. Yeah. That means when a car flips 17 times, show people crawling away. Nobody gets shot, nothing happens. So you got all this like thousands of bullets flying through the air. Nobody gets hurt. They might get winged, and that's it. And then that just I couldn't. I was 12 and I was just like, this is bull crap. First I find out about fake wrestling, and now A-Team, you've ruined it. I used to play Hannibal on the playground, mostly because I was the only one who could actually handle smoking a cigar. But that doesn't matter.
Wow.
I was so upset about it.
Old.
Yeah. No, I could handle it when I was 12. Sit there smoking. I love it when a plan comes together. Other kids are like, they can't handle a cigar.
You're not supposed to breathe it into your lungs, Tommy.
Yeah. I mean, I can. So A-Team was great for the first season. Airwolf was good for a handful of seasons. And then the guy who played the Airwolf guy, he pissed everyone off, got fired. Then they replaced him with it was kind of like, remember when they replaced Bowen, Duke, Luke with a couple other dudes?
Yeah.
It was like that with Airwolf.
Yeah.
Then that show, Knight Rider, always had the same guy and was always stupid.
It was a quirky show.
That was a dumb show.
Yeah, but the Hoff is huge in Germany.
Do I look German? Okay, I do. Maybe I do. All right. Do I sound German?
Sometimes.
Okay.
That depends on if you're goose stepping down the hall here.
It depends on what accent you decide.
Like earlier, you sounded the German when we were talking about a certain guy's cup.
Yeah, we can't talk about that out there. Let's just say this. First season A-Team, amazing. Airwolf for a couple seasons, amazing. Knight Rider, it was fun. So I'm going to say Airwolf wins this one. Couple good seasons of Airwolf.
Yeah, okay.
For the time, none of these shows hold up.
Fair.
None of them. I went back. I thought, God, I used to love Magnum PI. I used to love watching that show.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had the buddies with the rings and everything. You know?
Yeah.
And when it started, I couldn't. You know, it was the acting was silly. Not Thomas Magnum. He was fun.
Oh yeah.
But the music, that goony late 70s TV music, I was like,
horrible.
I think I need to flip forward a couple of seasons because I can't remember that it was always this bad. That was bad.
Did you watch Vegas with Dan Tana?
No.
You never saw that?
No, I never watched that.
Wow.
No.
I'm surprised.
I was a kid. You were older. You were like graduated.
I'm 3 years older than you. You've determined this today. You're just as old.
I bet your headphones are probably louder than mine, old man. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, something's happening. I don't know what. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's fall football on The Fanatic. Catch all the live game play-by-play. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday day and night NFL games. Plus the Saturday NCAA football game of the week. It's all right here on the Valley's home for football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt implement for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
1580 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Today's lender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, let's clean up the text line here and see what's up. We all agreed. What is the better show, though? We just have to say. Between those three. Airwolf.
You said Airwolf.
Yeah, I think Airwolf. That helicopter is badass.
Yeah.
They crashed a bunch of them and killed some people, too. There's a lot of pilots died making that show. Latina Leprechaun says, I'm more surprised to find out that Ralph actually has had sex and with a woman. No, I've met her. I've met his wife. Yeah. She's very nice. Moldy Tuna Fish says, shout out to the texter named Arch Stanton. Nice throwback to the all-time best Western movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, we didn't catch that. I thought maybe the guy's name was actually Arch Stanton, and we asked him about it, and he was like, oh, yeah, it's from that. So is that and I still don't know, is that the name of Clint Eastwood's character? Or is it something else? I didn't have time to look that up. I haven't watched those movies in a while. I should.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
I think I'm going to watch those during Christmas break. Those are good. Few dollars more, fistful of dollars. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Baywatch had the best opening scene. You can't sit there and say it was the best TV show.
Well, that's not what he said.
I know.
I think he was being very honest about what he liked about that show.
You can watch a minute and a half of a show and then just change the channel. Sure. Moist One says, Airwolf, is that about a wolf that can play basketball? Yes, absolutely. You should look that up. Random Texter says, do you guys remember the show 240 Robert? What in the hell are you?
No.
He says it had Mark Harmon. He drove around in a big Bronco police vehicle, and they had a woman that flew a helicopter. That only lasted a couple of seasons. Can't imagine why.
Never heard of it.
They should use clips of that, like flashback scenes for that NCIS show he's in. I think that'd be. I don't know. Let's talk sports again. Let's stop talking television. So I don't even know what we want to talk about. We talked about that. I don't know why that's still there. I don't care about this. I'm going through my papers in case you're wondering what's happening right now. Boy, I have a lot of stuff here I just don't care about. I can't tell you how much I don't care about Kylie Kelsey, Jason Kelsey's wife.
Now she's pregnant.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
no. I like her. Don't get me wrong. That came out making it sound like I don't like her and I was upset with her. No, what I'm saying is I don't care. It's none of my business that she arranges childcare even when Jason Kelsey is still at home. I got to go do a thing. She looks over, sees her husband, goes, yeah, I better call somebody. And people got upset about it. They're like, what are you doing? What kind of mom are you? And then I'd be embarrassed to admit that. You can't even leave the kids with your husband and all that stuff.
Well, he's a busy man.
That's what she says. She says he's very, very busy. And so it's just better, just makes it easier on everybody. If I got to go someplace, I bring someone in, they keep track, and he just does his thing. He does his thing. But people just really crawled all over on this.
Weird. She's incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
That's rich people do this all the time. It's just weird to get mad at this. Like, this is not a thing that rich people do. They've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
That if you had the money, you'd do it too.
They're like, well, he's a parent too. They're married. Why doesn't he support his spouse when she goes off? Maybe they could be a little more equal. I mean, the kids could crawl up in his eyebrows and fall asleep easily. You know what I'm saying? That would be very comfy. But he doesn't want to wake him up. He's got things to do. He's working too. They're both working. He's a TV guy, and she's doing podcasts and stuff like that. They got the money to pay for help. Let him go get some help.
Yeah, and he's still home. It's not like the kids never see him. It's just I don't get this.
Killer Rabbit, you maybe put the porn down for a while. He's all nice, Jason Kelsey and the babysitter.
Oh my God, why?
What?
Just some things are better left as thoughts.
And by the way, Kylie seems smart enough to always get a really ugly babysitter. Big George says, sorry, I haven't been texting a lot the last 2 days. We're okay. Oh
my God.
Wow. He says, I had to go into our LA office the last couple of days. Took me 3 hours to get to work yesterday. LA traffic is stupid bad. Well, you're stupid. Why have you not moved here yet? I thought you were moving back. What happened to moving back?
Didn't he say next year, though?
I don't pay
End
attention.
of this year, next year. Kind of.
Well, were you turning in your resignation papers?
Isn't he in San Diego?
Yeah, he's supposed to move here, though.
But I guess the offices, the main offices are in LA.
Oh, so I had to drive down there. Yeah. Traffic there sucks.
Choro says college football Saturday. Yeah. Yes. What are you asking?
What do you mean? Like, is it happening? It's happening.
We're going to do Keon Rose's college football dance party tomorrow.
Yes.
Any other questions? I mean, Brooks Koepka says, hey, when in doubt, talk hockey. Well, we're not in doubt.
We're not in doubt.
We're okay.
They no longer play that sport out here, so I think we're just going to move along.
Yeah, I'm a little butthurt about that. It's going to be a while before I talk
still
hockey
a bit
again.
bruised up here at the station about hockey.
Cardinal Art says, grilling a ribeye steaks and burgers. The only thing I'm missing is frothy brew from Randy. Get that man a beer.
I'd love to.
No, Keon can't get that man a beer. Get the man a beer.
Where are my manners? There you go.
Moist One says, Kraken got Capo Caco.
Yes, from the Rangers.
That's a real name?
Yeah.
Capo Caco?
Yeah.
So then the
It
headline
is.
would be
Yeah,
Capo Caco playing caca. You know, if he does bad.
Well, I suppose so. If he's playing really badly, yeah. Yeah.
Capo Caco Caca.
Sure.
On the Kraken.
Capo Caca.
Caco.
Capo Caca. That's what you would
Capo
do.
Caco.
I know what you would do, though. If we were talking
Caca.
about yeah, it'd be
I just
Capo
call him
Caca.
Caca Caca.
All right. You'd probably
Caca,
call him
Caca,
Captain.
Caca.
You'd probably call him Captain Caca.
Yeah, I might. If he's the captain.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, yeah.
he's got to have the patch.
Well, I don't know that he does.
No patch. Listen, you got to respect the real captains.
It's a real nail biter going on today. The New Orleans Bowl.
Is that what that is?
That's New Orleans Bowl. Yeah. R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. You know, the first I didn't know this before. Ralph, did you know this? The RL Carriers is not an air conditioning company.
I thought that's what they were.
See, they're not though.
What are they?
They're a moving company.
Oh, they carry your stuff.
Carriers.
Oh.
I have a question. 2 parts.
Yeah.
Keon, did you bet on this game?
I did not bet on this game. No.
Why are we watching it? That's
I
the
don't know.
second.
It's on the
If we're-
TV.
If we're not
Who's
betting
even
on it,
playing?
that looks like made up jerseys. Like they
Sam
were.
Houston and Georgia Southern.
That looks like they just made the jerseys and pants just for this game. That doesn't. This looks like, you know how when
They
they
might
have
have.
when they have like a movie and there's 2 teams playing,
Yeah.
and they just have these. This looks like these crappy generic.
They look as plain and miserable
Yeah.
as the Cardinals' new
Or like in the
outfit
commercials.
jerseys.
When you see football in a commercial, it looks like that. That's what
There
this
it
is.
is. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Too many bowl games. Too many.
Big George says the plan is for us to move back to Phoenix next year in the late spring, early summer. That's not what he told us before. He
No,
told
it's
us in
not.
New Year's.
Yeah, he said
by New Year.
around the new year.
Hey George, wish you weren't a liar. Wish you weren't a liar.
Why would you move back in the summer?
Do you lie during your cases too,
Yeah,
George?
you lie under oath. Wish, you know, I feel like a bar complaint coming. Speaking of Big George, it is time now, ladies and gentlemen, for on this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1986, a judge fined Michael Sergio $500 and sentenced him to 100 hours of community service for criminal trespassing after prosecutors dropped the more serious charge of reckless endangerment for parachuting into Shea Stadium during the first inning of Game 6 of the World Series. Wait, on this? Oh, okay. It was on this date they sentenced him, not that it happened. So it took him a while to get to him. So here's what happened. So he goes in there and parachutes in. Nobody asked him to.
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was
He just did it.
trespassing.
Yeah.
And then he got sentenced 6 months in federal jail. They're like, all right, you're only part of this. You jumped out of an airplane into the stadium, and that's bad. You're $500 fine, 100 hours community service. We're not going to put you in jail if you tell us who the pilot is. Michael Sergio's no, he's no fink.
I could tell you without any hesitation, it was not me. Everybody
the same
kept trying to
Sergio,
blame
no.
me. And I said, look, I'm
Completely
just a
different.
golfer. I'm not a parachuter. I don't
Yeah.
like shooting into the stadiums. I am a guy that plays golf, and I drive a Mercedes, okay? And I drink, I have the nicest steaks off the
Sangria,
stick and the sangria,
sure.
and I like the crusty breads, but I don't parachute, man.
And we know.
Well, here's the thing. We'll never know. It could have been Sergio for all we know.
It wasn't me, man.
Because Michael Sergio was the one who got in trouble. He would not reveal the pilot's name from the plane because that's what they wanted. They wanted to get that guy in trouble too for flying over the stadium.
That's right.
But he never gave up the name. Never gave up the name.
Because it wasn't me.
So he was sentenced to 6 months in federal jail for contempt of court.
Not me, though. I wasn't
6
me.
months in federal. Bad things are going to happen to you in prison.
I beat up an occasional sand trap. I might spit on a green, but I don't parachute into stadiums.
I think we've figured out that you are not the guy who's parachuting. You're probably fine.
Okay, thank you.
They were like, "Hey, you're going to spend 6 months in jail if you don't turn in the pilot." Yeah, whatever. It's federal prison. Oh, here, let me get you. Got a pen?
I mean, for the people who not snitching is a rule, that's not a rule that moves easily.
Mm-hmm.
But was it the federal prison where the worst go, or where the
federal
white collar crime people go?
Federal. I don't know.
Well, there's federal prisons.
By the way, can I remind you it was Shea Stadium? That means it's federal prison, New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. New York federal prisons are. Oh, the stories that come out of there.
Did they put him at Sing Sing or what? What is it? I don't understand.
Whatever it was, I would never know because it wouldn't happen to me. I would turn all you guys in, even if you weren't there. I'm going to write down Ralph.
Yeah, of course.
Randy, Keon.
Why am I second on the list, man?
Yeah.
We've been together this long. You're going to send me up the river that easy?
I'm going to send down the river. They'll go at Ralph first. That'll probably be enough. But
I'm
if
going to go
not,
to the Bang prison, and then you guys go to a lighter one.
I need some buffer between me and that sort of prison.
There'll be a buffer, all right.
I can't. If I sit in a chair awkwardly, it's bad. I can't do that. All right, fine. Listen, everybody. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 15.